capabilities of being a bot.
Good evening. Welcome, everybody, to another exciting installment of ProBots here on ESChamp. Today, we are headed back to the lower bracket, where 4 more bots are getting sent to the virtual scrap pile, and 4 more are going to be able to update and move on to our next round. Make sure you check out the links for our forum in the description below, because in just 3 weeks' time, our finals will be taking place once we have gone through all our normal matches. So we've got 2 more normal weeks, and then our finals will be on a Saturday. So be sure to check all that out. And yeah, it's time for ProBots. Before we take a look at tonight's matches, let's go ahead and acknowledge our amazing Crown Club members, because without them, none of this would be possible. Let's go ahead and roll it. Simon, thank you very much for your support, and thank you to all the Crown Club members. We are doing a little post show for our Crown Club members now, so be sure to check that out. It should be posted shortly after the stream ends. Just a little bit of a talk with our casters and our production crew. And speaking of casters, we've got Endersword back.
Hello.
Another round of ProBots here.
Indeed. Losers
Beard's
bracket
looking
round
good.
2.
It's getting thick there.
Yes, I'm just lazy.
Doesn't look like it. Looks very
good.
intentional. So you done good.
At least I trimmed it a little, like maybe a week or 2 ago. So I mean that's pretty good for these days when no one leaves their house.
Yeah, well, you can see I shaved up today just for you guys.
Nice and clean.
Nah, I just get too itchy. Anyway, we've got some awesome games tonight. What are you most excited for, Endersword?
I think I want to see MicroMachine. I've dropped down to the losers bracket. A MicroMachine, usually one of these undefeatable like heavy hitters, but ran into tier. And I think I had said in like the first week that basically whichever one of them won when they hit each other was going to be potentially the winner of the whole thing. So I want to see MicroMachine, how it recovers.
All right. You don't want to see a MicroMachine tier finals again?
I do kind of, but I figured whoever was going to hit was going to get knocked. Well, obviously one of them had to get knocked down, but the other one would go all the way. Yeah. So it would be interesting to see, MicroMachine claw back from the losers bracket.
Yeah. Well, this is a look at what we're going to be playing next week. There is tier there versus Spiny up on the top, and that'll be taking place next week. But this week, we've got our lower bracket, which we'll be delving into. We've got 4 best of 3s, or again, 4 bots on this list are getting kicked out of the tournament. They are done for this season.
Yeah.
But it's going to be some awesome games here. I think it will be amazing if WorthlessBot moves on, personally.
I think that would definitely be amazing if that does happen. It has made amendments to the bot over the week. Apparently, the patch notes read as WorthlessBot had added support for multiple builds, always good to have, added support for roaches and ravagers, fairly fundamental, and added a new Ravager Rush build. So that'll be interesting to see against MicroMachine, particularly since MicroMachine just goes on the offensive early and never lets up. So would rushing to Ravager units do anything, or is it just going to get like microed all to hell?
Well, yeah, if it's Banshees or something, I could see.
Yeah.
Even Cyclones, I could see pretty easily dodging the Ravager Vials. But a lot of changes, though, compared to what WorthlessBot has done, the standard Zergling attack and hope to win. Yeah. That's a lot of changes. So, yeah, it should be a very exciting match. But, yeah, we've got 3 other matches as well. We're going to be starting with Ketroc. Or no, wait, I'm sorry. Who are we starting with? It says Ketroc versus Ketroc. That's not right. Ketroc versus ThreeWayLover. That is going to be a really good match. ThreeWayLover made by Yamabushi there. Ketroc made by Ketroc. Ketroc is quite the survivor, as we saw last week. A 45-minute nonstop flood, pretty much, of Zerg, Banelings, Infestors, you name it. And for a while, it was looking like Ketroc might hold and be able to start pushing back, but it's a little bit too much.
So I find once, like there's a general trend that once a bot gets into like onslaught mode, it just ends up winning. Like If it just permanently pushing, it will eventually wear you down.
Well, especially if it can just mine endlessly too.
Yes,
it really had no contest. Yeah, there was nothing stopping it from mining.
Yeah.
Which was really helpful. But yeah, so I think we're about ready to hop into our first match here. It says soon. I'm really hoping it's soon. I'm personally, I think Jensiiibot's going to do really well today. I'm at least expecting Jensi to get, if not out of the lower bracket, to that final match there of the lower bracket.
Yeah, that would be good. Jensi also had like a lot of patch notes over the week.
Yes.
But the biggest one, it fixed a major bug where in the initial chat message it said GLFH instead of GLHF. And I think that's going to fix the entire thing. Right there, yeah. It is. It can be a habit. It could throw you off. For 9 years, every start of the game, I type G space LHF, and I cannot break the physical habit of doing that, no matter how hard I try. That's just what comes up.
Well, let's see if these bots can handle it. Let's hop into our first best of 3 here on ProBots Season 2 of 2020 right now.
Ketroc. Yamabushi's ThreeWayLover.
So ThreeWayLover is the only bot to not get any updates this week. Or wait, no, I'm sorry. It's not the only bot. It's the only bot in this matchup.
That's true.
That is true.
That is probably true.
We're gonna see already the Ketroc's new update here, the bunker contain opener. I would imagine that's what this is.
Yeah, and this could be pretty good. ThreeWayLover very often will do something like a little gimmicky, tricky, or whatever, and this could end up throwing off whatever that is. Yeah, it'll be an interesting one. On this map, if he gets up onto the high ground, it's pretty good as well.
Well, yeah, and we'll see if ThreeWayLover can get his probe across. ThreeWayLover likes to do a little bit of probe harass in the mineral line with his scouting probe. Instead of just scouting, it will attack and pester those SCVs who are just trying to mine.
Yeah, you might as well. There's a general rule in botland that the workers either underreact or overreact. Yeah, they never appropriately react.
Yeah, I've seen some out of tier. I think tier is one of the only ones to appropriately react with some probe pulls and that kind of thing. One of the few anyway. But here we go. The first bunker is on the way, and this is going to attempt to limit ThreeWayLover onto one mining base essentially, which usually ThreeWayLover would like to take that third base location. So it's unfortunate for him that he wasn't able to get the. Oh, is this the probe that's gonna make that base though? Oh, this would be huge. He makes it out in time.
That is it's the particularly funny part about this matchup too, because ThreeWayLover takes the third, it means that this bunker isn't in the face to actually attack the Nexus, whereas it would be against any other opponent.
That is incredible. Yeah, 2 Marines now in the bunker. That would have shut this down completely, but nicely done. ThreeWayLover's going to continue unhindered, essentially, as more and more Marines start coming in. So I'm curious about Ketroc's follow-up, because this is obviously just a contain. This isn't meant to be an all-in or a quick win. We're going to see some planetary fortresses still in the natural in the third. So it's definitely going to go into the later game, I would imagine, especially since ThreeWayLover's up on 2 bases now, or will be on 2 bases.
Yeah, there are definitely a couple caveats to it, which is, does ThreeWayLover send probes from the main constantly past the bunker to go to the base? And does it continue to do what it's doing? Which is that. Does this ultimately serve as a bit of an idiot magnet to draw down the individual units? And that may be exactly what it does.
That's a great term for that. Yeah. Now, I'm curious, can the stalker hit it from the high ground there? If the stalker would go on the...
It should be able to. Yeah. No.
Or is it just out
I
of
think
range?
It might be just out of range, based on how far down the ramp it's going.
Ooh, well, this is not good. Yeah, the extra base is a nice little start. Oh, and probes are going to start dying.
So this is what I expected.
Oh, wait, no, they're getting pulled to attack. That's interesting.
So those 5 were just to let that one through.
Sacrifice yourself so we can mine.
Yeah.
Oh, that's unfortunate. All right, well, he's got a little bit of mining on the natural here. Ketroc's already getting a third base up and running, though. And I think this contain is going to do a very good job. Yeah, it's just picking off one unit at a time here, and with no loss whatsoever to Ketroc, except for a little bit of mineral income, you know.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, definitely well worth it already. And yeah, it's going to just kind of continue to pay dividends, basically until like there's the robo there. If he makes like an immortal, then maybe this can start to group up. But if he's just got the 1 or 2 stalkers, then really he can kind of never get out of it. But there comes 1 immortal.
Okay, that might change.
So it'll be a bit.
Ooh, we'll see. I'm rooting for you, ThreeWayLover, but it is not looking good so far. Yeah, we'll have to see if that immortal can bust him out of here. But I think Ketroc's going to get up to 4 or 5 bases. I think 5 bases is right where Ketroc likes to start attacking and pushing across.
You always want to have a good 5 bases before you get aggressive.
Oh yeah, of course.
Standard.
So I actually just started making my bot recently.
Oh, yes?
I don't know if you've heard my idea. So I'm going to make it every time a unit gets a kill, it's going to do the dance animation.
That does sound excellent.
We'll see how that works out for me.
Here comes the immortal.
All right, it's going to be able to start chipping away a little bit. Oh, that repair's too good, though. It's not even going to break through.
If it's not going to stand there, if it's wasting too much time with the micro, so all it's going to do is kind of give up its advantage.
Oh, it must see the observer there. I was like, what here?
Yeah.
Oh, this is not looking good. I think ThreeWayLover's just going to die 1 unit at a time here.
Yeah, the second immortal might be enough, but basically, if something distracts fire from the first immortal, then maybe it starts doing enough damage. The barrier back up again is good.
Ooh, look at this little 3-way going on right here.
Oh, but he loses 1.
For a moment, though.
Yeah.
It was a nice 3-way. All right, but there's some flames. We got some fire. Let's get it.
Yeah. And this is now distracting enough to let some of the probes through, not all of them.
Yeah, at least they're not all getting slaughtered as they run down. Oh, if he could just bust the bunker, it's so close. There it is. Did the immortal get stuck? It almost looked like it was trying to go back, but
yeah, it didn't want to kill the bunker. It just had to.
It had to.
Yeah.
Okay.
All right.
A few things normalized now.
So a couple things here. So it's Ketroc, by detecting that air is coming, has switched into a lot of Vikings. And there is a fleet beacon here, but you can tell that ThreeWayLover's build is going to be totally off by the fact that its economy is going to be way behind where it's supposed to be at this point.
Mm-hmm. Well, let's see. Voids can do pretty well against Vikings as long as the number disparity isn't too much.
Yeah, Tempest coming there as well.
Oh, straight into Tempest. Okay, that's what the fleet beacon's for. Makes sense.
The Viking flower there.
Are you excited for the new Void Ray changes?
Yes.
I'm sorry, potential changes?
Well, yeah, I certainly hope they go live, because I was already cheesing with Void Rays outside any Terran base. And increasing their speed and lowering the build cost is going to be ridiculous.
I know, there's only benefit. They didn't do any nerf finally. For usually it's like, oh, we'll buff this, but we'll nerf the hell out of this to make compensate.
Yeah, it decreased the cost, increased the speed, and I think lowered the build time a tiny bit. Like, it's just good.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I'm surprised, essentially.
But
I think ultimately it's because it's a unit that was never seeing later game play anyway. So I think they wanted to try and make it viable, because it's such a cool, from early on in the game, it was such a cool unit, and it's just gone into disuse.
Mm-hmm. Well, I guess because they kept nerfing it into the ground.
Basically. Yeah.
Granted, the original was very overpowered, but no, I think these will be some nice changes. Because, yeah, as a late game unit, it can target down things like Thors, tanks. You know, it's really good against mech units with that prismatic alignment. So I think it's like battle cruisers, you know, all these late game things that normally they just die to. But all right, here we go. 4 bases. ThreeWayLover making a hell of an economic comeback here.
Yeah, definitely. Ketroc sending the Viking fleet to the bottom corner for reasons.
Just checking it out.
Yeah.
So I like how they say stacked like that. If a Void
Yeah.
Ray decides to venture into that path, it is going to be very unlucky, and one volley is just going to instantly all at the same time. Look at that.
Yeah, definitely key. Like Vikings
Like one giant missile.
have shown in a lot of these games that they have a lot of micro potential. In like if you can hit that turning radius and just fire all at once, they're just massive damage.
Trying to do the Terran Transformer thing, and it thinks it can like merge them all
Yeah.
together.
With Voltron
The
and
Terratron. Do you do that in the arcade? The Terratron. It's the the Lost Viking little arcade game. It's like the bottom up shooter, like
Yeah.
old school. Yeah, I just
That's the one thing. Did you see? That's the one that someone just posted a meme on this like a day or two ago of like having every achievement in the game except for the Lost Viking achievement.
Oh really?
Yeah, it's
I'm
just
working
a
on it.
completely different game. Yeah.
I'm working on that right now. Actually, I'm on Legacy of the Void right now. But yeah, actually, I have to get gold still. You have to get gold rank. There's bronze, silver, and gold rank for the Lost Viking. It does get very, very hard.
Yeah, I'm just gonna code a bot and cheat.
That's fine. I
Something
thought
like
about it.
that.
I was like, wait, we have
Why
bots now.
Yeah.
Why not?
So,
All right, well, let's see if the Vikings decide to get aggressive. Yeah, Ketroc, very, very defensive this game. Really just patrolling, not wanting to do any aggression. So maybe we'll say, oh, never mind. Here we go.
moving now. It's funny after all this, his army supply is actually less than that of his opponent.
Oh, yeah.
So the contain certainly did well, but he's kind of allowed for the catch up.
A little bit, yeah.
Highlight here though.
ThreeWayLover even has more workers right now. Not as many bases, but here we go. First Void falls. I really like the Banshee edition. Did he stop making Vikings, I guess? I thought there was way more Vikings here, but it really switched over into Banshee production. I didn't really notice.
Yeah, he only got like maybe 8 total, and a lot of them are dead already.
Yeah.
So funny here, given the Ravens from Ketroc are good at staying back, but against a bunch of Tempests, that doesn't really equate to much.
Is there? Oh, okay, there's the Observer. I was like, where's the Observer at?
Yeah, it does target down the Nexus. Like getting a lot of good pickups here, and he's keeping ThreeWayLover also supply block, but the army on its face is a bit better.
I love the Observer leading the Golden Armada here. It just needs to continue forward just a little bit. These Banshees have free reign now on this 4th or 3rd, whatever base this was. And they're going to be able to get a lot of probe kills, probably kill off this Nexus. The Tempests are just sitting at home. They have got to go get aggressive right now. I really like this turnaround that ThreeWayLover's managed to pull for himself. But
interesting here, as the cloak expires, the Banshees retreat.
Oh yeah, so they do. Doesn't it usually? I thought it was one that once they got damaged they would retreat.
Yeah.
But, there's so many Tempests out now. These units might not have a chance to retreat if they start getting gunned down. Where the heck did the Observer go again?
It was scanned and picked off by the Viking.
Oh, okay. Oh, I missed that.
Yeah, so killing tons inside the worker, like, despite having everything he needs to kill this, the one thing he doesn't have is the active detection, and is just basically losing everything around this. Even again, still close to being supply blocked, is unable to build more. And yeah, there you go, cloak expiring, and he takes off again. Now there's a lot more Vikings.
Yeah, he had 10 Vikings in production at a time there just a moment ago. So he really recognized, oh crap, that's a lot of Tempest and Air units, and switched it over immediately. Yeah, really, really well done.
Observer is back. He could have finished off the Raven there, but went for the turret instead.
So now we have seen Ketroc's Vikings dive before, I'm pretty sure. Or am I thinking of a different bot? There was Vikings just last week that did a decent job against Tempest. I might be thinking of somebody else.
Yeah. So pushing them back for sure. But yeah, that is a lot of Viking. It's down to who gets good volleys. And certainly that many Vikings can one-shot this. There you go.
Oh, here it is.
Yeah.
Yes. So he is going to dive on top of these Tempests here. He's going for it. Now is the time. Let's see if he really commits onto it, because so far the Tempests have done a decent job at pulling back and kiting back. And they're all spreading apart like fishes running from a shark or something here. Okay, that's a lot of Vikings. Yeah, they're starting to single off the Tempest now. And as they single them out, like gazelles to the slaughter here, the Viking I love it. At least they just go. They don't stop.
Yeah.
You either win or you lose when you do it. If you started losing, if you pull back, you're just going to lose more.
Yeah, absolutely.
You might as well just go for it.
I like this is interesting.
Huh.
Yeah. And
Not so
this will
afraid.
get
They're not
going.
afraid of the Tempest at all now.
Yeah.
Man, it was looking good. I thought ThreeWayLover
Yeah.
might be able to turn this around or something, but the Tempests were just way too passive. The detection kept getting picked off. Just a rough spot.
They seem to have some sort of coding or instructions to follow the Vikings back home, or not the Vikings, the Banshees. So when the cloaked Banshees moved out, the Tempest kind of retreated along with them.
Yeah.
And it put them in a worse position.
Really, really good build out of Ketroc. I love the early game containment. ThreeWayLover made a heck of a comeback despite that, but the follow-up is just so good. The Viking Banshee combo we saw week 1 against Jensiiibot do really well. Also, once you get that air control, the Banshees just destroy everything on the ground. He's got so many Banshees, he could one-shot just about anything, even an Immortal maybe.
That is an excellent suicide mechanic.
Oh, the probes.
Going with the probes, yeah. This is
For ire!
This is the GG.
Yeah, it's
basically.
Yeah, that should just about do it here. 117 army supply to 5. I think we can go ahead and probably fast forward
Speed that up.
through the end of this one. A nice attempt, though. Again, this best of 3 is not over yet. I love our double elimination format we're doing for this season.
Yeah,
really
I think
good
this
so
is good. It puts more tension on the games than the old round robin did, and I think seeing some of these instead of just a one-off in a round robin, having it be a series, can let you see like the difference that maps make or the specific build order makes.
Yeah.
Like, I mean, this one obviously swung. It would have been a complete non-starter had ThreeWayLover not even gotten the expansion out, and that could be different on a different map.
Yeah. Well, GG gets called, and a GG it was. Ketroc goes up 1-0 here. ThreeWayLover is looking in a rough spot.
Yeah, that's a tough one. It felt like he had the material to win, but it was the cloak that kept him at bay.
Yeah, that was really nice. Oh, and by the way, everybody, if you haven't checked out juked.gg, you can. It's kind of like a TV guide for esports stuff.
Ooh.
But you can check out ProBots on there now. You can get all our future weeks are posted on there, so our whole schedule, the brackets, everything like that. So definitely go check it out on juked.gg. A nice little bit of advertising there for us. But yeah, if you're an aspiring bot maker as well, we've got some really cool resources available to you. If you check out the descriptions under the stream here, you can get a link to our bot template that we just released recently. You can get a nice easy start. That's what I'm using to make my bot. Hopefully it goes well. But there's a lot of resources available. Python is obviously one of the most common languages, but you can do it in Java, C#, C++, a number of things.
Basic, maybe. I don't know.
I had learn to program basic. It was like this old. Is that the same?
Yeah,
maybe?
like from like Commodore 64.
Yeah, it was.
Like
from
that was
the
like
90s
the
or
first.
something. Yeah.
Yeah, like 80s even.
Yeah.
You used to, when I was a kid, you used to buy these books that had games in them. Like literally, you type this in and it will become a game. Like, and it just told you the exact code.
Yeah, that's awesome. The 90s, a good time. All right, so we've got game 2 coming up in just a moment, everybody, to decide if Ketroc's going to be able to move on to the next round, or if ThreeWayLover is going to be able to bring us to one of our rare but sought after best of 3 or ace matches there. We don't get a lot of third matches out of these, so I'd love to see that. But here we go. Game number 2 coming up right now.
Ketroc. Yamabushi's ThreeWayLover.
Ooh, it's heating up in here.
Yeah. So again, different map shape where both are kind of like on the high ground. If he gets a bunker in the right spot, it really would block off the third quite effectively. So I don't know if he's going to go for that again, but it could be hyper effective.
Yeah, we'll see. We haven't seen an SCV make its way across the map just yet, so we might see a standard game 2 out of Ketroc here.
Why play standard?
Standard, quote unquote.
Like Ketroc himself doesn't even play standard ever.
Standard for his standards.
Yeah.
All right, so ThreeWayLover just doing a nice little gateway opener here. Nothing cheesy out of either of them. ThreeWayLover's never been the cheesiest bot. You know, obviously gets that cheeky nexus in the third base location, but
it's been a little bit of a it's been a bit of a counterpuncher in some cases where ThreeWayLover would kind of exploit a specific weakness of the other bot, but that was very targeted. Yeah. But yeah, it looks like it
no
will
cheese
be
out of Ketroc.
Yeah. Not yet.
Not yet. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Oh.
Sure.
Okay. Interesting. What is the engineering bay for?
Engineering bay. Clearly a planetary fortress. I hope.
No, obviously. No,
Yeah.
I was being a little facetious there. No, I like this wall, though, just with the little one depot in the wall instead. Because an engineering bay is pretty tough, so it can take a little bit more abuse.
Yeah, definitely.
I'm surprised we don't see that more often, actually, just in general. Why
yeah,
do we not?
Exactly. Protoss tends to do that sort of thing where you throw down an extra cyber core because it's beefier. But yeah, Terran not so much.
All right. Well, yep, ThreeWayLover gets his signature third base location natural. So things shipping up to just be a normal, long macro game. So this is going to be a little bit better for ThreeWayLover as he's not so slow down. You know, he's not going to lose 4 or 5 stalkers, a bunch of probes.
Yeah.
That really, really slowed him down. So it's going to be interesting to see because despite that, ThreeWayLover still ended up with more workers by the time Ketroc attacked.
Yeah.
Had a hell of an army. You know, had it just attacked and engaged better, it might have been able to deal with that. So,
yeah,
I want to see ThreeWayLover power up here. Go Super Saiyan.
Straight up. And we could see there as the stats cycle through, ThreeWayLover had 4,000 APM and Ketroc had 0 for whatever reason.
Because you don't need APM to build planetaries in your sword.
Hell yeah.
All right.
It's a little better. It's a little better. 100, still higher than mine.
You got to work on do some micro challenges for you.
I'm just going to keep playing Protoss.
That's right.
Yeah. Why do that? Blink. Everything.
Have you ever played the other races, or are you just?
I did. I started my first 3,000 games were random. And then I picked Protoss. Yeah.
A little trial and error, realize Protoss is the best race, and stuck with it.
Well, my theory, and for anyone that's starting the game, which there's not many people, I tell them play random. If you don't know what race to pick, play random until you find yourself on the loading screen, hoping that you get one of the races, and then that's your race. It shouldn't be the one you're the best at. It's the one that you want to play.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah,
that's a good way to do that, actually.
Yeah, because I was the best at Zerg, but I didn't like it.
Yeah. All right, here we go. A little pressure from ThreeWayLover. These are the 4 stalkers that died early last game. And I'm actually seeing in the chat here, apparently Ketroc is doing the wrong build.
Oh.
So we'll see how this works out. This was not the intended play here.
Oh, well.
But apparently ThreeWayLover's doing the wrong build too. So here we go.
Yeah.
Leave it up to fate, I guess. Yeah, 5 stalkers here now, but they're not going to be able to do a whole lot against a planetary and a tank. Yeah. This is Ketroc's signature defense here. Nothing's going to break this anytime soon.
That's a pretty good one.
We're just going to see a lot of dead stalkers, aren't we?
Yes. ThreeWayLover doesn't have a stalker retreating mechanic.
Well, at least they're brave.
Yeah.
I'll give them that.
It has a stalker retreat for 5 feet and then re-engage mechanic. That's a good one.
Surely I've gone far enough backwards now.
Clearly.
But still, the economy has not been hindered at all. So even though we lost a little handful of stalkers, we're going to see the Immortals popping out. I would imagine maybe into the Tempest again. Both bots are apparently doing the wrong build, though, so we'll see. I have no idea then what to expect.
Who knows? Immortals were being made. If there's just a bunch of tanks coming, then that could certainly be beneficial. But last game we saw him make like 2 immortals and then stop.
Well, I think that's going to be important here because we're going to see Banshees again. So you definitely don't want too many immortals against Banshees.
No, they're not great.
Not going to do a lot for you. Little, what is this little ritual dance going on? Getting the immortal ready for battle.
I love the dances.
It's nice.
Yeah.
All right, 2 tanks. Man, Ketroc is just impenetrable. That is such a hard word to say. Impenetrable. Yeah, you could say it. I'm having trouble talking today. Words are escaping me. Here we go. More stalkers. Add them in. Come on, everybody get in here. I have a little rave here. Can we get some rave music production? Is that on the menu?
I can add it in.
No.
Add it into it this round.
I got a very loud no in my ear, so it's unfortunate. Marine does die here, so more and more stalkers. Very heavy stalker play. And actually, against liberators that are coming out, the stalkers might be able to effectively engage that. We'll have to kind of wait and see. Is Blink coming out? I don't think
that reminds me of a Jewish wedding for some reason. You ever see?
Oh yeah, where they all dance around, hold the chair up.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, totally looks like that.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't think Blink is on the. I don't even think there's a Twilight on the field.
Yeah.
Which it's not impossible to engage liberators without Blink, but it's a lot harder, and you're going to lose a lot more stalkers in the process.
Yeah, it definitely gets tough. It's we're in a case where obviously the last build that ThreeWayLover did would be a lot better against this sort of thing, but we're not there.
What about Jewish wedding music? Can we get that production for the 2 immortals that just got married?
That seems fair.
No?
I mean, it would be
another no.
It would be very surprising to me, however, if he said, "Well, I don't have any EDM, but yes, I do have my Jewish wedding."
Oh yeah, we've got that ready for you. 3-way. Okay, we've got another 3-way scenario here. Look at those 3 immortals in this stalker orgy going on.
Oh.
So I think that's when you push, is when you get 3. But no, he's got a 4th on the way. A little foursome action here. All right, man, these bots love to play passively in the first 10 minutes of the game.
They're definitely gearing up for the long haul. It would be like if this did move out, I don't know how it would do well against the planetary, like how aggressively it would attack. But given that there's not really a lot of ground force for Ketroc, it would definitely chew through these tanks pretty quickly and be able to
4 immortals
out
as well.
Yeah.
I think it'll just plow through as long as it actually engages initially and they all get a nice big volley off. Then you can have stalkers kind of running all willy-nilly because you know they're going to come back in. So there's enough that I think he could just take down one of these planetaries for sure.
Yeah, definitely.
Not with the libs there though.
Yeah,
if he does this one, no.
Yeah, that's very defensive.
Yeah, especially without Blink. I guess 3-WayLover is just going to get a maxed out Stalker Immortal Ball and then just push across and see if it works. I mean, it's a big, scary army.
It is. There becomes a point where there's enough that it could still overwhelm even the Liberators as long as it has some reason to prioritize it. Mm-hmm. But this is a pretty good defensive format.
I really like this. Very neat and tidy. 2 Liberators, 2 tanks per base. You got the planetary. You'll have Banshees able to come and support. Ravens as well. We saw the Ravens throwing down turrets last game. Yeah, Ketroc is definitely... You're not going to beat him early game. You have to think into the late game scenario. So I guess 3-WayLover is doing the right thing by getting just a really big maxed out army.
Yeah.
It's unfortunate no upgrades. I would like to see some upgrades with that many stalkers. You got to get those attack upgrades.
Yeah, that's one of those later game trends that we've seen with bots too, is the one that continues to upgrade eventually pushes through. Like when you've got these late game things. But 3-WayLover is going to have a really strong economy going throughout this entire thing. We're up to 6 bases now compared to just.
There we go. The techno music did it.
Oh, yeah.
Got them all. They're like, okay, we can go attack now.
Yeah.
Here he comes. Oh, is he just? I hope he doesn't single file into the planetary. I mean, it's going to look cool, but
why not?
Look at this army.
Yeah.
This is one of my favorite things the bots do, actually, because we've seen this 2 or 3 other times where the giant army goes and gets funneled through a little choke.
Yeah.
So it gets all single filed. There we go. It's going to start
Stuff,
open up now.
Yeah, stuff like this helps. There's always kind of the accidentally helping yourself when you engage the first thing, and it gives time to catch up. But these Banshees are going to be super effective.
Oh, there's no observer here, is there?
Yeah. I think it got picked off again.
One.
Yeah. Okay.
Or one in the production tab, sorry.
Okay. Yeah, I think there was one, and then that was the scan took it out. So Immortals do come in. They're going to take out the planetary, or maybe they're not. Are they losing that now?
It's going to be close. Okay, they do get this one, but at the cost of his entire army. Because it really split up, and we saw Stalkers engaging at the bottom, went up someone up north. That was just sloppy, unfortunately, for ThreeWayLover. But nice hold out of Ketroc.
Yeah, very, very strong.
And Banshees are tearing it up.
Oh yeah, they just shred. They do so much damage, and they're just going to stay alive. Like, nothing is ever really going to take them out unless there's a major shift in what ThreeWayLover is building.
I got excited. I thought for a second he saved the observer, but then another Viking showed up. I was like, nope. Poor observer. All right, well, yeah, ThreeWayLover's no slouch. He's actually macroing harder than Ketroc and taking bases on Ketroc's side of thing. You can see here Ketroc is like, oh, I'll go down and take this base. Nope, you're not. There's already a Nexus building there. So maybe he can rebuild that army and try again. But he is just sticking. There we go, upgrades. But he is just sticking with Stalkers Immortals. Yeah. And I don't think that's going to cut it against this many Banshees with Cloak.
No, yeah, I tend to agree. You can't win it one base sacrifice at a time. And the basic programming of the Stalkers is just very tentative. And it's going to need to kind of dive to take some of these out.
Well, it does do better with larger groups of Stalkers because while you have the one pulling back after a shot, you've got a bunch more to kind of take their place. And I think that's where the idea comes from, is for these bigger engagements. But yeah, when you've got 5, 6, even this many Stalkers, this however, is
sub-optimal.
Yeah, to say the least.
Yeah. That's a really good spot for those Banshees, and just taking out these next side.
Banshees have proven themselves to be extremely dangerous against Protoss in ProBots this season. Heck, against anything, really.
Yeah, they're one of those things that checks a lot of boxes where they're fast, they can be upgraded to be super fast, they can cloak, which confuses a lot of bots, they do a ton of damage, and they just pull back so easy. Like, there's a lot of versatility to them compared to a lot of the other units.
For sure. Yeah, and I like how his pullback so efficiently to repair when they run out of energy, which is very smart micro. Oh, that's a lot of Banshees and not enough Stalkers. We might be having our first bot getting thrown to the scrap pile today. ThreeWayLover is starting to dwindle in army supply, and there just seems to be no answer to these. A Tempest is finally coming out, but by this point there's, there's a lot of Viking production available. So I don't think the Tempest switch is really going to do a whole lot, unfortunately.
Yeah, and those like 7 Immortals are not great for the situation either.
Yeah. And the observer sniping has been on point too. Yeah, good call out in the chat.
That's completely key.
That's been huge.
Yeah. However, I do think this is going to take a while longer. So there is there is still like some strange chance here where ThreeWayLover has such a good economy right now that it can keep throwing 4 or 5 Stalkers down the middle. And if they do nothing but buy time and buy time and buy time, then there is still something else, to this.
Well, that's how we saw Ketroc lose last week against Spiny, is the non-stop Zerg flood. It wasn't a lot, and it didn't break any planetaries or anything until like the 25-30-minute mark. Yeah. But it was enough to, keep him busy, keep him at home, keep him from attacking bases. And eventually it just overwhelmed Ketroc because he ran out of money. That's a very real possibility too, I guess. I don't foresee that happening this game just because Ketroc does have a lot more bases. He doesn't have Zerglings blocking his, command centers from going down. So. Yeah,
it's a little different. This is interesting though. So that definitely helps. Like this.
Gets another. Gets another. Hey, the cancels are on point. I'll give him that.
Yeah.
But this, yeah, you were saying this.
Yeah, sorry. This is going to clear up a tiny bit of supply, but Ketroc wants to make Vikings, and actually killing those tanks and libs helps a little bit because he's now able to make more of them. Whereas before he was completely locked out, and this Tempest just lived here now. Because
he's doing a good job at keeping the Banshees contained. Yeah. It's like a little fly trap almost.
And he didn't have the Vikings to push him out, but now after that clear up the supply, it does. So, yeah.
Let's burn some Tempest. Yeah, Ketroc has his anti-Tempest defense programmed in, and boy, is it strong. Yeah, this is going to be able to clean up these Tempest no problem. And here we are in the same scenario as last game, just mass air control for Ketroc. Triple the army supply at this point. And that should... He took another knife.
He keeps trying to take that one back.
If these bots could get frustrated, I could see Ketroc just face bombing right now. Just, why are you taking that base, ThreeWayLover? Yeah, good attempt though. Really nice macro out of our Protoss. Really nice build in general. I think it does have some potential, maybe with some earlier upgrades.
Yeah.
Definitely got to get Blink with that many Stalkers, I think, as well.
Yeah, you're going so heavily into it, you may as well.
Yeah, there's no reason not to. It's like getting a bunch of Zealots and not getting charged.
Yeah.
Get it. But yeah, I think this should pretty much do it here.
You think so? Is he going to be able to push across? He's obviously getting closer to it, but is he going to get on ThreeWayLover's side? Is ThreeWayLover going to be able to mount some? Yeah, well, sure. Yeah, he's at this space here.
This ramp right here is the middle line.
Yeah. ThreeWayLover also continues to add on workers because it's not maxed, I guess. So it's got a lot tied up in the worker, whereas Ketroc actually reduced to only 61 or 60 now SCVs, and everything is in the army itself. If the game went way longer, that could eventually become an issue, but I don't know if we'll get there. So this,
yeah, you'd need a lot more time than I think we have. What is going on here?
Things.
Don't worry, it's an immortal thing.
Right. Cancels that base again.
ThreeWayLover is still getting cancels here. I am so impressed that there's still so much Stalker fighting going on right now.
Yeah.
Stalker fighting to the max. Yeah, they're all gonna die though.
Kill that SCV. See, he's gonna get him one SCV at a time.
All right, get comfortable, everybody. We're gonna be here for 3 years.
I think we will be here a little while. I don't know if we'll hit the 45-minute mark or anything again.
Was it a cannon blocking them in?
Something. Yeah, or
I thought that cannon was always there. Oh no, maybe he built it after when he saw like I don't know.
Oh well.
That's a lot of tied up supply too. Yeah, so most of ThreeWayLover's supply is workers, immortals, and then like the 8 stalkers he can build with what supply he has left.
I love this unprompted retreat. Like, it's because of the cloak fading, but there's no reason.
Yeah. Easily. Yeah, we saw that last week a little bit too. It would be taken out of base and then it's like, nope, I'm gonna come back later.
Done. I'm out of fuel
for now. Yeah, there's just the damage output from the Banshees is so crazy. The Stalker's doing a hell of a job trying to fight this, but yeah, as they go into liberation zones, the planetary, I just don't think ThreeWayLover's ever gonna bring this. Oh, did they get out?
He killed 2 more SCV.
The Immortals got out.
Yeah. Did they?
They're going back in.
No, they're going.
They decided.
Are they all out? Or is that only? Yeah, they're.
Yeah, they can squeeze through there.
Yeah. Good stuff. All right.
Decided it was safer back at home against the Banshees, which is kind of true.
Okay, they just went back. Yeah. They went back and re-split up in the same formation.
So as you can see, we're getting less and less Stalkers as more and more Immortals are getting produced. So I'm very curious what happened in the code here to say make more Immortals over anything else, essentially. Oh, there they go
now.
I mean, they're going to be able to one-shot these commands or these planetaries pretty much.
Nope,
not ready yet. Almost.
Yeah, it's not good. He has actually established this base now. He was trying to take that for a while.
Well, he's kept the Banshees busy up north for so long that he was able to start mining off of this one. Man,
Ketroc
this would be
down.
so weird if we have a game like last week where, where ThreeWayLover actually manages to just keep Ketroc busy for so long that Ketroc runs out of money again.
I do weirdly view, like, he's got a gigantic bank and everything too, but there is something to be said for, does Ketroc's bot have any code to rebuild workers? Because we have not seen him replace any SCV.
Oh.
And that's why I've been kind of counting them down. And only like 7 of them have died since I started counting. But it has not, it's not replacing them. And if it just loses, like if it loses a few as these immortals, if they ever decide to attack.
Nah, they're going to turn around.
Yeah.
Wait for it.
Are they committed?
I want to see a Banshee or something, or a Viking. Like, nope. Are they actually going to go for it? All right, they're going for it.
All right, this is ill-advised.
Nope.
No.
Yeah,
oh, that's even,
one in his...
nope. Weirdly, that's even less advanced. All right, there we go now. No.
Oh, it's when the stalkers are gone, so they don't have any air support.
Yeah.
Or anti-air support, so they're like, okay, we got to get out of here because we can't shoot up. So when the stalkers get warped in, they're like, okay, now we can go.
All right, now it's going.
It's starting to make sense now.
That's kind of what I thought was happening, but they were nowhere near it, so it didn't make any sense. All right, so going after the planetary. How many SCVs will die?
Oh yeah, okay, let's watch the SCV count.
We're down to 50. 49. This is the key. This is the game to me.
Well, I mean, look at his bank, though.
Yeah.
Ketroc could lose every
Oh, yeah, it's ridiculous. Plus, he's got mules and, like, other things, but it's still something.
Okay, so one base gets taken down. Most of these are pretty much mined out anyway, so they're not that important. But... Oh, he had to have made more.
Yeah, he
lost
did.
More, right?
Yeah, he just remade, because he was in the 40s, so it does clearly have some ability to do that. That's all I was... Because we've seen that definitely happen before, where something has the instruction go up to 72, and then come hell or high water, they don't make any more, even when they lose them all.
Oh, okay, he's saying in chat, so the bot's trying to get down to 40 SCVs now, and it's got its orbital farm up.
All right,
makes sense, yeah. It makes
totally makes sense, yeah. Totally makes sense.
Okay, the Stalkers still warping in, still going at it, still duking it out with these Banshees and Vikings, and you know, they're getting some damage done here and there. And surely ThreeWayLover's going to run out of money before Ketroc does, right? Look at that.
You would have to imagine he's basically mined out. You can see even that like 5th base being replaced is mined out.
He's living paycheck to paycheck right now.
Yeah, yeah. So everything is pretty low.
Getting loans from at the cash advance places, man. He is struggling, but he's making it work. He's still fighting. I'm skeptical now that the RV supply is getting more and more in Ketroc's favor again. Yeah. Vikings, do your thing. Hey, he's got a lot of little Viking lines. I like it.
Yeah, it's good. It's like I clearly need 8 responses to this situation.
Well, it's like when you click on the unit in game. You know, they say like 8, 9 different things or whatever.
Yeah, exactly.
Important to have that. I get it.
Yeah, it adds variety. Especially when these bots on their own ladder play like 2,000 games.
That's a lot of games.
Yeah.
I don't even know if I've played that many games. My whole life.
Yeah, that's a good point. Point made by Atticus there that the bank is like 2 or 3 times the losses.
Oh yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Like,
he's never going to run out of money before ThreeWayLover does.
Yeah.
Yeah, ThreeWayLover's super broke right now.
Yeah, 68,000 lost.
Wowza, that is a lot of minerals.
Yeah, which you can tell, you can see in that ThreeWayLover has mined a lot more. Like, there's no doubt, but he's just lost like 5 times more.
Another base does go down of ThreeWayLovers, and you can see the command center blueprint in place of it. So Ketroc's trying his damnedest to push out and get a little bit more income here. Banshee's got to go do their little, touch up at home and then come out for more.
Yeah, it's quite possible they will mine out at some point. especially once mules get dropped on some of the remaining patches.
Oh, we're almost there. We're on our last,
last couple.
2, 3. I think these 4 bases are pretty much the last 4. The ones in the middle. All right, well, the Banshees doing their Banshee thing. Army supply is getting a little bit up there for ThreeWayLover. He's getting a little bit more, but
totally.
It's just not enough.
It's been chilling around there.
Oh, here we go. Another Immortal attack.
Yeah.
Make it happen, boys. And they're just standing this time. I like how they're just standing and fighting finally.
Well, no Liberators this time to take them down, but the repair a lot better this time.
Barely enough DPS from those Immortals. And he's able to get it. So many cancels here. I love it. He's like burning through 100 minerals every time, but he's still like, I got 25,000. Not a big deal. He could cancel a lot of bases with that kind of money.
Good shot.
And I gotta say, they're perfect too. To be able to cancel that many times when there's like 8 Immortals shooting at it, you would think the Immortals would be able to kill it before a cancel could take place.
It should be a one-shot instant thing. Yeah, exactly. But doing pretty good. And it's ultimately a cleanup operation, but it's down to, does ThreeWayLover continue to have any minerals to warp in these delay stalkers? Is really all you're dealing with. But he's going to be out of the minerals pretty soon.
Yeah, and once the mineral income stops, then I think that's when Ketroc will be able to push across. Because the only thing pushing these units back is the stalkers.
Yeah.
So as soon as he can't make any more stalkers, it's going to be all over here. Oh, but here we go. One more attempt. Oh, the stalker's in this really bad spot. Once again, you can see the Banshee's just getting so many shots. I mean, there's no detection anyway, but that is a beautiful little spot for the Banshees.
Now taking out one of the few remaining bases, but we'll get cleaned up here.
All right, Liberators get cleaned up as well. They're trying to focus on probes. Oh no, there's still
it's
one.
It's weirdly
there.
Still there. Yeah, it had like 5 hit points left. But now it's better.
Stalker's got to do their one shot and run away thing.
Boom. Yeah.
Oh my goodness, what a game. Coming up to the 30-minute mark here very shortly. As these Immortals continue to try to push across and get some damage on it, they've sniped base after base. But yeah, like somebody said, there's no way Ketroc's going to lose a war of attrition.
Absolutely.
You can kill as many of those command center or planetaries as you want. As many of those SCVs as you want. Yeah, he's gonna. And he really doesn't lose like anything.
Yeah, just everything is staying alive here. I think most of the losses have been stuff like canceled buildings at this point. And approaching 30 minutes, like you said. This really is the Eternal Empire.
Oh, are we? I forgot that's the map we're on. Fitting name. All right, Ketroc slowly but surely strangling out ThreeWayLover here, and yeah, this is like the last good mining base. I think the bottom right's got a little bit left on it, but not a lot.
All right, that it does fall, and mineral income.
It's still at 2,000 per minute for ThreeWayLover. Somehow.
Yeah, he's still got like basically a 2 base. I guess that one, bottom right and the middle left still has some patches, probably the 4 patches left.
I don't even know what to say anymore. Look at all of those.
No, we're just gonna wait until it ends.
I know, we're just watching just this slow, agonizing death of ThreeWayLover here. The stalker after stalker. Oh, the Immortals. Yeah, the final Immortals. This is the final puny immortal attack. Not as many. He couldn't afford as many this time.
Yeah.
That should mostly do it.
Should basically do it. We get some long distance mining, adding some of this income. When you've got 90 workers, long distance mining is still pretty effective.
Yeah, it can actually do something here.
Yeah. So we will ramp it up a little bit, I think, and watch the cleanup process.
The inevitable demise of ThreeWayLover. Man, he's not just getting sent to the scrap pile. He's getting dismantled piece by piece, circuit at a time, just stripped down to the core. And yeah, there we go. More and more starting to fall. These Banshees really starting to clean house now on full speed here. And yeah, you can see the last couple of days start and fall. Ketroc taking over, taking them as his own. Well, solid build out of Ketroc. Again, the scans with the Vikings, so good at killing the observers and making sure that the Banshees can just do whatever the heck they want, pretty much. That's what we can see in that losses tab too. The Banshee's just so good at staying alive. Yeah, he's lost 20,000, but look how much ThreeWayLover has lost.
Yes, I'm glad that we hit the 100,000 mark.
Yes.
I can already hear Yamabuchi typing in new code for building oracles to add some detection.
To revelate instead of
revelate.
Using the observer.
Yeah, because then you can just kind of dive and do it.
Oh yeah, I would like that. I think that would work a lot better.
You'd have to keep making them, but it's at least you have it.
Yeah.
Like it won't time out. Like once they're tagged for a little bit.
For sure.
So, yeah.
Well, that was quite the first best of three. That's right. That was just our first game or our first series of the night. We have 3 more coming your way. 3 more very exciting best of threes. I am very excited for this next one personally.
Me too. I don't think it will be as long.
Yeah, it probably won't be as exciting as we hope, but you never know. So we see some weird things here on ProBots. Yeah, we do have MicroMachine versus WorthlessBot coming up next. MicroMachine, obviously the favorite. If we were to do betting odds for this, we'd probably give WorthlessBot like 100 to 1 or something.
This is the Conor McGregor versus Mayweather fight.
Oh yeah?
Yeah. Basically. You can tell WorthlessBot coming in there, probably cocky, has a new brand of whiskey out, but he's just going to get beaten up.
I'm very excited to see these changes out of WorthlessBot. See the Roach, the Ravager.
Yeah. Ravager will be interesting. Like, can it control to go from where it was, which is basically just lings, to Ravager shots will be key. Replay, though, here is basically one of the early battles, I think, where it got stuck on this cliff. And I think this was one of the first decisive things where a lot of stalkers went down.
Yeah, every single pullback costs so much damage because the Banshees can just put out so much damage. So you saw the stalkers just taking hit after it. I love this little fly magnet, though. It really keeps the Banshees corralled nicely. And
this was actually the point I was talking about in game where he was supply blocked to the point that he couldn't make any Vikings until this fight. And so
because he's maxed. Yeah.
That Tempest would have just been there if he didn't do anything.
That's hilarious. Well, a nice game overall out of both these bots. Hopefully we will see ThreeWayLover next season. Always a very strong contender in our tournament. Usually does quite well.
Yeah.
So very good stuff. And yeah, Ketroc, his first season already dominating. He's moving on to the next round to potentially get one more shot at the upper bracket there. Maybe we'll have that MicroMachine tier finals.
Yeah.
Or I'm sorry, Ketroc tier.
Ketroc tier? Yeah, that would
rematch.
That would be pretty good. Yeah.
A little rematch. All right, well, we've got our next game ready to go, I believe. Ladies and gentlemen, our next best of 3, we have got MicroMachine versus WorthlessBot, a TVZ coming your way right now. A new song?
Maybe.
Rap
I think that was
and Unusual's MicroMachine. MK Ultras WorthlessBot.
Ooh, yeah. Look at that nice early pool before hatch.
Yeah. Get out there. Get some stuff.
Yeah. All right, well, let's get ready for some action. MicroMachine will be putting on the hurt very shortly, or will be attempting to, but WorthlessBot, very aggressive as well. So maybe there's going to be a nice little clash between these two instead of, MicroMachine just coming and harassing his opponent to death like is wont to happen sometimes. I believe in WorthlessBot. I'm rooting for him a little bit. I love MicroMachine, Raf RR, Unusual. You guys are so awesome. You guys make great cookies too. But I want to see the king dethroned, man. It's just always fun to see an upset like that.
It would definitely be fun to watch, but I'm a little skeptical what we can see. I was starting to say before we kicked to a replay, but the Ravager Vials, if he's gone from like kind of 0 to 100 on actually coding in not only Ravager movement, but really good Vial control, then that would be amazing. But I think a lot of it will come to that. If it's programmed in a Ravager Rush build, then you really have to have Vials that are on point.
Indeed. All right, so yeah, Roach Warren already popping. Ooh, those are some quick roaches. Yeah, 1, 2, 3. Yeah. So yeah, this looks very much like just that one base Ravager build that we saw for so long. It was all the rage. What, last year or something?
Yeah.
It was a really strong opener. Really did really well against Terrans.
Yeah, definitely can. You just don't have the kind of bulk to withstand it really early on. MicroMachine, of course, is going for Reapers right away. And Reaper can do a lot of like poke damage at melee units and stuff like that. So they're really good against Lings. But then if you're going in with Ravagers, they're not really going to be that great. It's going to be a matter of, will this distract them, pull them off course, or will they just kind of make a beeline there?
Well, they look like they're heading straight there, and they are going to be able to catch this Reaper as well. That would be nice, actually. Oh, needs to be careful. He's viling himself, actually. Oh boy, that could turn very poorly.
That answers my question earlier.
Oh crap. Yeah. So are we going to see bunkers? What are we going to see? We see another Reaper coming out in the factory on the way. There's nothing here.
Yeah.
Oh god. Okay. The grenade actually saved
them. Okay, there we go. So, they're almost perfectly spaced out to Vile.
Yeah, by the time he sees the Reaper, oh my god, he just biled himself.
Yeah.
Oh no, it's a planetary.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
I thought I saw that build, and I was like, no, he wouldn't do it. Okay.
Relaunch eventually.
Cancel immediately.
Cancel eventually.
Okay, so one Ravager gets up into the main here, and it's going to be able to cause a little bit of havoc. This is a decent start, I'd say.
Yeah.
It's interesting. I'll give it that. As these Marauders pop out, though, I'm gonna. We'll see. I don't know if the Ravagers are going to be able to cut the mustard here. That planetary is going to be a hero.
Yeah, absolutely. And this single Marauder actually is going to get a lot of work done as well. It's going to be way more effective when.
Ooh, nice micro though. The Ravager pulls back, and he's actually going to kill the first Marauder.
Oh, but he'll die. Yeah. But the one up in the base there, you're right. He's getting a ton of work done.
He's actually killing workers.
Yeah. This is really big. Really big.
I'm speechless right now. If this works out, I'm just going to actually be amazed. Obviously it would be fun to see the king be thrown, but I didn't actually think it was going to happen.
I didn't really either, but I think it's kind of worked out in a weird way. That Marauder literally doesn't know what to do right now.
I wouldn't either. One Marauder against 3 Ravagers, I'd be like,
Cyclone could change the equation a little bit, but even then, I don't know. The planetary is still a good. Getting the planetary could be a little difficult, but with Vials, it could definitely be done.
Well, it's amazing how they're just walking past it and going up into the main. I don't know if that was intentional or just an accident, but either way, it works out beautifully. It seems very intentional just to go up into that main there.
Cyclone here will throw a big wrench into everything.
Not if it gets cornered and Vials, though.
If it's in a corner,
really
that's a big problem.
Okay, he's going to take a few Ravager hits. He might. I think he's going to lose the Cyclone here. Oh my god, he is.
Yeah. He's down to 12 workers.
Shut down.
There's a bunker there, but that's for nothing. There's none of this stuff is going to finish or build anything.
No, don't do it, Ravager.
This is basically it.
No, yeah. Is there any production outside of MicroMachine's main? No, there's not.
No, he's getting cloak. That is not really what you want.
Well, if you could get one Banshee, that technically kills all this.
Yeah.
There it is. Banshee is on the way. Okay, so this could be the game changer.
Yeah.
MicroMachine can recover if he can just kill off this ground force here, and one Banshee could definitely do that. Yeah, I don't think the Banshee's ever going to get hit by a Bile.
No, I don't either. But and they're finally, the planetary is going to do a decent job of defending itself for the time being.
He needs to get the cloak or the Banshee. Yeah. Oh man, if he could get the cloak, that would be helpful.
Cloak would be great. It's almost unnecessary because none of these technically shoot up. The Bile could hit it anyway. cloaked or
Oh,
not.
that's true. Yeah, if you have your micro.
Doesn't
Oh!
really- yeah, getting his own guys again.
Hey, we actually found a
All right,
good,
here we
anti-WorthlessBot strategy. Just float a building above his Ravagers.
Yeah,
He'll kill
it's
himself.
really good.
Okay,
All
Banshee
right,
is
so
now
the
out.
Banshee, will it turn everything around? MicroMachine's already recovered back to
Oh, he ate a
19 market.
bile!
It has another base again.
He actually got hit by a bile there. I
Yeah.
never thought that.
I think it's because it's circling its target basically.
Yeah.
Which is key.
All right, well, more and more Raptors kind of coming out here. MicroMachine's going to start to try to stabilize outside of his main. He's got his natural and third base locations taken now. And he's still, his Banshee production. If that had gotten shut down, I would say this might be over.
Oh, absolutely, it would be over. Yeah. If he had been stopped before the first Banshee.
Well,
it would
maybe not,
clearly
though,
be
because WorthlessBot's only sticking on one base. WorthlessBot's going to run out of money, and he could attack in the planetary. He might just sacrifice all his units.
Yeah, he
Well,
would
I
have
actually
to
do think
basically
MicroMachine is going to be able to pull this through not simply, but because MicroMachine can follow up and can recover and can expand still. Man, what a close game, though. I really thought for a moment there.
Yeah, it was on the edge.
Was going to do it.
It's definitely on the edge. Yeah, you could always take the planetary down with vials, but it wasn't doing that. So, yeah you're right.
Huh. Okay, I wonder what's going on here. Just mass engineering bay wall.
Yeah.
Something I think maybe broke his brain a little bit. Because we've just got more and more and more. And he's actually stopped building Banshees, so he's gonna try to win the game with 2 Banshees here.
I forgot that MicroMachine does this, but is it doing that bunker mining? Is that why that bunker is there, I think?
Oh yeah. The bunker and the gas.
I remember that from the first week. Yeah, good.
You can see one. Oh my god, just look how quick it is. Yeah, let's observe this for a second. Boom, boom, boom. They're
super cool.
Getting gas so fast. Huh.
You definitely need those engines.
I got nothing now. So 2 Banshees gonna try to win the game here, I guess. And we're just gonna see non-stop engineering bays, I guess, until the map is covered in engineering bays, maybe. That would be interesting to see.
Why not?
Why not?
No one's ever tried it, so you can't say it doesn't work.
Well, it seems to be working technically.
Yeah.
All right, let's go Banshees. Get some damage done here. They are being very, very defensive. They want to stay home and defend because, obviously, units trickling across one by one here. Eventually, WorthlessBot's going to run out of money.
Yeah. It will be a little bit, as he's not even really fully mining that base. He's got to be down probably only 10 mining minerals. So it could be a bit. MicroMachine, which was originally saying stuff like, offensive on, offensive canceled, it has not turned back on its offensive.
Oh, here we go. More Banshees coming out, and he's getting the rotors. He's gonna have very fast Banshees. That's gonna help him clean up this line, and I think start to be able to push it back.
Yeah, I am gonna need like Raph or somebody to write us an essay on why there's 11 eBays.
Yeah.
Like I need to know. I think even more. Like that's 12 or 13. I do need to know why.
I will not be able to sleep until we know why.
Yeah. It's getting Hyperflight Rotor now. That's gonna help.
Okay, so yeah, this game is MicroMachines. 99.9% of surety.
That's so close.
I would say 100% of surety. There's just nothing that's going to stop the Banshees.
13, yeah.
And they will eventually be able to push across and win because, more WorthlessBot just doesn't have a follow-up. So maybe we'll fast forward a little bit.
Maybe.
I think might be a good idea. As much I love watching Roaches and Ravagers get picked off by Banshees as much as the next guy.
Yeah.
Enjoyable.
Yeah, we can at least see. There we go.
Keeps canceling his offensive.
No, canceled.
Well, every time he wants to attack, there's a dang roach comes into his base or something. Here we go, relaunching. Okay, now he's in full offensive mode. Nope.
Cancel, relaunch. All right.
Yeah, it's fine. He's got it.
All right.
He's
good stuff. Keeps going home.
So finally, right, I liked how the Banshees actually kind of went around the bottom there and into the main base.
Okay. clearing it all up, and that is GG. That was super close. Like the planetary may have saved them in the long run there, regardless. But yeah, that was closer than I think anyone expected it to be.
Oh, for sure. For a moment, I actually thought it might have worked out, but as it is, MicroMachine will stay alive. We're going to go into game 2 in just a moment here, and yeah, you can see the timing of it. Oh, it just eats the bile there. So it needs to fix the bile chase, or once you fire a bile, maybe don't walk forward for 2 seconds or something.
Yeah.
Wait till it lands.
Have you ever seen like people doing like drills in rugby where they all run down the line and throw the ball backwards?
Oh yeah.
That's kind of what the Ravagers were doing. Like I'll throw a bile up in the air and I hit the guy two Ravagers back.
Catch my ball here.
Yeah.
Don't want to catch that ball though. All right, so WorthlessBot still has a chance here. If he does the same build, just maybe he can sneak in and stop. Because if he had stopped those Banshees coming out, I think it could have been possible for sure.
Yeah, the question will be which map. If there's a planetary,
and if there's a planetary,
yeah, because some maps the planetary is just going to shut you down full. In some maps, it's out of the way. That one was a little in between, so yeah, it's a bit down to that too.
All right, well, we're gonna find out in just a minute here, everybody. Be sure to stay tuned as well after our show tonight. If you are a Crown Club member, don't stay tuned, but check for after the show tonight. We are gonna post a little video. It's our after show segment where we just talk about the games we saw, the games yet to come, and you can get all of the information on that in the descriptions below. You can also check out our Crown Club membership. That's how you get access to that. And a lot of other cool little perks. You get access to a members-only Discord and things like that. So definitely, if you are just tuning in, give that all a look. And if you are an aspiring bot maker, we want to get more and more bots every single season. This has been one of our most successful seasons so far. Had a lot of bots competing. They all qualified from a bracket of 50-plus bots. So yeah, definitely check out some of those bot-making resources. Join the Discord, the AI Arena Discord, and all that. But until then, we're going to hop into game number 2 right here, right now. Let's see who wins.
RR and Unusual's MicroMachine. MK Ultra's WorthlessBot.
So you could see at the very start there, the text that MicroMachine spams out does mention that it has chosen the strategy of the past planetary fortress again.
Okay.
So that could be big.
Now, I wonder if that was coded in specifically to deal with WorthlessBot this week, expecting early Zergling pressure or something like that.
Yeah, certainly possible. Because it would shut that down pretty well. Is this one close enough to draw fire well? It probably does cover the bottom of the ramp. I don't really know.
Oh yeah,
it should.
That'll be able to
pretty easily.
For sure.
Yeah.
For
so
sure.
yeah.
Yeah, I don't think it's going to work as well this time for WorthlessBot, but we'll see if he can get in there before maybe the planetary's done or something.
Yeah.
There's the Roach Warren on the way. Man, if anything, WorthlessBot has proved he is not so worthless, in my opinion. Made it to the round of 8, essentially, whatever this constitutes as in the lower bracket here. Nice run in ProBots for his first season. Not bad.
Definitely, and like you said, like these came from a qualification pool of 50, so just being in here puts you in the top quarter to begin with.
Well, it shows that Zergling run-bys are always viable.
Effective. Yeah. There you go. Now, the rush distance here is shorter. The one on the previous map is probably the longest rush distance in the pool.
Okay.
Because it makes you go all the way around the middle through that weird corridor.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, this one he could get there a fair bit faster. the NG Bay starting now as Ravagers are morphing in. So it will be tight.
The Ravagers aren't going to be able to kill it. No, the planetary, even if it's morphing. Yeah.
It'll be more if they can sneak by it entirely and then just get up the ramp before anyone stops them.
Just these ones, though.
Yeah,
I doubt anything else is going to be able to make it past that planetary.
Yeah.
All right, here we go. Canceling offensive. Ooh, again, the grenade saving him. Yeah.
Yeah.
I love that. How every time he saves it. What a nice Reaper. All right, here we go. 3 Ravagers will be able to sneak in. Planetary is already morphing. So, this is going to be pretty much the only few units that can get in. And hey, we saw it was the first or second Ravager that got into that main and started killing so many workers. So.
He is going to attack it, which kind of gives up its opportunity to escape by it. But there's a repair. So
he's not going to be able to kill it. And the Biles aren't landing on the command as much, or on the planetary. Yeah. They're kind of targeting something else.
Yeah. So this will be cleaner right off the bat. Where I don't know where that mule is going.
Mass repair there. Well, I think for WorthlessBot, his fate is sealed. Just seeing this planetary wrecking it. Yeah, nothing gets into the main this time around. That was really the only thing that allowed WorthlessBot to do so much, was he got up into the main with those Ravagers, killed the first Marauder as well. But as it is, we're just going to see Ravager after Ravager get gunned down. And I think WorthlessBot's run is finally at an end here in Season 2.
Yeah, good show, and I mean, good transition from week to week to be able to program something like this in pretty short notice.
Oh yeah, very big change from what it was doing in such a short amount of time. So I'm very excited to see WorthlessBot in future seasons. I have no doubt that he's going to be able to make it in.
Yeah, we do see things sometimes improve really quick. I think it was a season or two ago that we had Paul, which again was a bot that did nothing. Not only did it only Ling Rush, it would only make 40 Lings maximum, and it could not deal with anything beyond that. And then it transitioned into, suddenly it was Nidus worming in people's mains and dropping
doing work.
Yeah. And so this is kind of a similar thing. So a little bit of change to some of like the micro approach to this, and it could be more successful. Nice file there.
Yeah. Because it does take some decent engagements. It's doing an okay job. Just doesn't really have anything to deal with the planetary. He sees, thing that is attacking me that I can attack. Okay, let's fight. You're not going to win that fight.
Cyclone was a real hero in the last game too.
Yeah.
It basically that Cyclone bought time for the Banshee to get out. Because if all those units were still alive, it just would have died before building.
Little scout here. Reaper's going to try to poke away some drones. Ooh, it might actually get a drone or two. That would be big on speeding up his win here.
Yeah.
If he can just get a few workers. Otherwise, the stream is just going to continue trickling across. Oh, wow, yeah, he's going to be able to get a lot of workers, I think, here.
Yeah, nothing's really
dealing
top him. He's diversifying his damage, though, currently.
Nice bile dodges. MicroMachine is just always on point with its micro programming. Does a good job. All right. Drones are starting to fall. So, we're going to see less and less units rallying across. And then once MicroMachine kicks in that offensive, as he re-engages. There it is. Relaunches his offensive.
Yeah.
We should see a nice little win here. And MicroMachine will be moving on to face. Is he going to go up against Ketroc?
Is it that one? Yeah. No, well, it would go up against you move up. Yeah, I think it would.
Yeah, it will be. So it will be.
Up and then you play the next. Yeah, it should be.
So I believe next week we are doing that. We're going to do the upper bracket semis and the lower bracket semis.
Okay.
And there's the win. MicroMachine takes it. So next week we will be seeing MicroMachine versus Ketroc. That is going to be interesting. Yeah, that's going to be a good one for sure.
Yeah, that could vary a lot based on what build MicroMachine ends up doing. It looks like it had like 6 different options there, and which is kind of like MicroMachine has basically gone like 8 or 9 seasons with like a single build, or at least a single per race, and now
with some little changes and tweaks here and there.
Yeah.
But good stuff. Yeah. it's going to be a real test, I think, of Ketroc's defensive abilities, because MicroMachine is obviously going to be the aggressor in the scenario. I would imagine maybe we'll have some big updates and Ketroc will throw a curveball our way or something. But as it is, MicroMachine will be putting on the pressure. Ketroc's going to be trying to hold, and it's going to put it to the test here. Should be fun to watch.
Absolutely.
All right, we got more bracket here. MicroMachine versus WorthlessBot. So next we've got Strelok versus Spudde, and then Jensiiibot versus Kagamine to finish things off tonight. We are going to do a quick break before we hop into those best of threes, though. Here we go, our final 2 best of threes here. So a TV, Spudde's a T, right? I keep forgetting.
So I just know it's a German potato.
So yeah, TVT and then TVZ to finish things off tonight here. So yeah, a couple more best of threes coming your way. Be sure you stick around until after the break. We are going to do one more member shout out here real quick. Big shout out to the Crown Club. Let's go ahead and run it. Thank you, Sean, for your support. And thank you to all the Crown Club members. Again, we do an exclusive little content for the Crown Club members. So definitely check out the links in the description below to see how you can get involved with that. You can get some cool perks like an access to a members-only Discord, and you can get just all sorts of fun little things there. Definitely check out our forum as well. You can stay up to date with everything going on here at ESChamp. Again, that is in the description below for that. You can get all the brackets that we post there. You can see what's going on each night that we do ProBots. We've got 2 more weeks of this, 2 more weeks of normal games, and then we will be doing our grand finals. So be sure to stay up to date with that so you can see what time and when it's happening, all that fun stuff. Hopefully, maybe Endersword will be joining us for our after party or something. We have a little ProBots after party at your place again, right?
Sounds good.
It's all going to be digital this year, though. So
exactly, we can't fly you up because we closed our border.
Keeping us dirty Americans out. No, we deserve it.
Exactly.
We deserve it. Anyway, we are going to hop to a quick break here. Stay tuned, everybody. We've got 2 more best of threes coming up after the break here in our lower bracket, day 5, season 2 of 2020 on ESChamp. We'll see you after the break. Welcome back, everybody. It is time for our last 2 best of threes of the night. Again, we're looking at our lower bracket here, day 5 of season 2 here of 2020 here on ESChamp. It's been an awesome tournament so far. A lot of really good bots. Big shout out to all of the bot authors. Y'all worked really hard, and it was awesome to see just the improvements that have taken place. We've had a lot of really big changes to some of these bots, new and old bots, coming in, fighting it out. And it's been a lot of fun so far. And here we go, taking a look at our bracket. So, yep, this is our lower bracket here. We've got Ketroc and MicroMachine already moved on, and they will be fighting it out next week. But now we've got to decide between these last 4. Again, 2 of these will be tossed in the junk pile, and 2 more are going to be moving on. And all these bots will be able to be updated before next week. So every single week, I think until the finals, right? Do we allow an update for the finals? Week 6 is the last time that they can update.
It's like they gain XP from defeating opponents.
Yeah, kind of.
Yeah.
Makes sense. Gain, put their circuitry in. It's like the Borg. They assimilate and advance there.
Oh, that would be awesome. If we should make that part of the contest, that you just get to clip like 100 lines of your opponent's code and add it to your own.
That'd be hilarious. That would cause for some interesting bot behavior, I think. That's not a bad idea. All right, so we do have in just a minute here our next best of 3. Let's go ahead and talk about it. We've got Spudde coming up, our potato friend, versus Strelok, our resident Terran. He was here last season, had some nice little Terran builds, and I believe a lot of Marine play, if I recall, a lot of Bio.
Yeah, makes sense.
Now, they both got updated, I believe, right?
Yeah, so it says Spudde is basically using early Reapers now to defend against enemy Reapers instead of starting out as aggressive. Mm-hmm. And then it's got some minor issues for like a particular map, building placement issues, adds in some Vikings, and then it's added the ability to use scans to deal with cloaked units. So that definitely always a crucial one. And then specific for Strelok himself, he plans on attacking a bit earlier in anticipation of Strelok having more bases and going higher tech. So he's going to try and close it out before it gets too late game.
All right, well, let's see if he can do it. We have got our series ready. Ladies and gentlemen, game number 1 of this best of 3. Let's go ahead and hop into it right now.
Armageddon's Strelok. Spud.
Which cracks me up. Yeah, big shout out to our zealot on our team, our resident zealot, helping us out with some voiceovers there. We've got a good production crew.
Pretty well done. Pretty well done. I feel like for the pictures, like we should just use a picture of Strelok.
Yeah, that would be hilarious. I don't know, maybe some copyright issues with that or something. Don't want to get sued by a pro StarCraft player. That wouldn't be fun. All right, so actually, yeah, we were just talking about updates. Spud was the only one of these 2 bots to receive updates. So Strelok is just coming at it with what he's always kind of done in the past couple weeks. I don't think he has updated actually at all.
Oh yeah, and the whole thing?
The whole thing. I can't. Yeah. I'm trying to recall. Yeah, if I recall correctly, he has not updated once. So it's working out so far.
Pays off, yeah.
We'll see if it works out. He is in the lower bracket, so maybe that's something to do with it. No, no, that's from the first week. But here we go. A little 2 barracks opening out of our potato. Can we call it? Is that rude if I call him a potato? Usually you say, potato when it's like a slow computer or something.
That's
like that.
true. I don't know. I mean, for a short
I like
time,
potatoes. I don't mean offense.
They are good. For a short time, even GLaDOS was a potato.
Yeah.
So, right. I mean, it's not a bad thing.
I actually have it's like a little build your own GLaDOS potato thing that they were selling, and it's got like a little voice box and stuff. And yeah, it's basically just the science experiment, get electricity from a potato. But then it's got like the little GLaDOS part. It's pretty amusing. Anyway, I love that game. That's such
it's a really good game. I've been watching more like chess streamers lately, and the Botez sisters, who are both very, very good chess players, were the most frustrating people on earth to ever watch play Portal.
Really?
Like, took literally an hour for the younger one to get the concept that one portal led to the other.
Oh, goodness.
Very fun, but very, very frustrating to watch.
Yeah, it's going from 2D chess to 3D, 3D Portal play.
Yeah.
Oh, interesting wall placement there. Doesn't actually seal in the SCV. So Spud's defense is a little loose here. If it was against a Zerg like WorthlessBot, could be a problem because those units would be able to sneak in there. But as it is, Strelok's just gonna send a Marine in here. He's gonna slow down the bunker, which is nice. But it shouldn't do too much damage. There's already 2 Marines and a Reaper coming out for Spud, so I'm not too worried about him.
Yeah, we'll at least get maybe another SCV 2 as it comes out. Trying to complete this, but it at least provides cover for the CC to finish. That would be a lot harsher to stop.
Portal would be really cool in VR.
There is a version.
What?
It's called Portal. They can't call it Portal, but it's identical to Portal.
I think I know what you're talking about. Yeah, it's like a third party.
There's like 6 levels, but it is Portal.
Ooh, Strelok, what are you doing there? Strelok trying to get a little aggressive, but Spud just had the numbers and handily swatted that down. Didn't really lose anything of his own.
Yeah.
Not too much anyway. So here we go. 2 Reapers, a nice little pack of Marines. Spud could maybe do some counter pressure. Strelok is just sending 1 Marine at a time here, trying to do the conga line to overwhelm his opponent. But as it is, if this were to turn into a tug of war, Spud's going to push back and win.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, he's just amassing up so much more here.
Yeah, and he's not losing really too much. Army supply, though, is I don't know how it's like pretty much even here. It must all be tied up in production, I guess, for Strelok.
Yeah, and I mean Strelok, like
On the map,
he's only producing. He's only got 16 workers, and he's just flooding across the map. And I think
true.
this may just be dead on arrival as a strategy.
Yeah, it seems like it, especially with that bunker finish now on the high ground. Second base already has a mule on it. Yeah, this is looking really good for Spud now.
Yeah, he may be abandoning it. He's now adding another CC, and he started to add SCVs. So that's good. We've seen too many bots kind of launch these attacks and have no abort a function, and it looks like he will get out of it. Hopefully.
Yeah, not so much an abort this time, but just kind of like a pause. Let's kind of regroup. It's still not enough. Yeah, he really does
transition,
need to abort
I guess.
It, though.
Yeah.
He needs to pull back, group up his Marines here. Because Spud's playing defensively. For Strelok could get away with a lot of stuff back at home here, but as it is, he's just going to keep funneling Marines in. That's not good. Oof. Man, imagine, I would not want that commander just telling, keep attacking. No. All right, next. One at a time, boys. One at a time. Oof.
This one is very brave.
Okay, so is Spud going to attack when Stim is done? I'm trying to remember from our updates here.
Yeah, he did say that he's looking to attack a bit earlier. I'm not sure how early is, but that would make sense of the timing. But it could fall into that same thing of just because of this stream, it just never moves across the map.
Yeah. Well, yeah, and in his updates too, he says he attacks a bit earlier in anticipation of Strelok having more bases.
Yeah.
So it's really, this worked out so much in his favor that Strelok didn't get a whole lot of bases. Because now he has that on top of, preparing to do a big push to, take care of a greedy player.
Yeah, for sure.
So he's just got a huge army right now. And Stim's just about, it's a little more than halfway done. Tanks on the way. That starport is starting. He did say we might see some Vikings worked into this as well. So just a solid late game Terran army kind of coming up for Spud, or at least a mid game army. He's going to be able to take some nice engagements. If it was anything other than just a trickle of Marines, he would be able to take some nice engagements. But
yeah, another thing to point out here, which I guess we haven't, is that Strelok has no gas. Has not even taken the gases. No mining, no refinery, nothing's there.
Why you don't need gases when you're making Marines?
Just keep going. Yeah, but there's no backup plan here.
Yeah, with that tank out now too. Yeah. Spud is on lockdown. Would like to see maybe some medvacs worked in here, just since he does have so much bio.
Yeah,
that would be a really nice addition to kind of keep this rolling.
Yeah, to deal a lot up. That's not going to go up.
Can we? This is just a question for later because I'll forget. We need to look into turning off health bars for units that aren't damaged. Is that possible? I don't know if that's possible.
Yeah, that's a health bar setting.
I know it's possible for us, but is that possible in the bot replays though? Yeah.
It should be, because it's just an observer. It's not like a game setting, it's just an observer setting.
Oh, okay. Just as a note, because I know I'm going to forget later, so I feel like I should say it now.
Sure.
All right, here we go. Another little trickle of Marines coming in. Yeah, 2 tanks. This is a beautiful setup from Spud. Can really hold a lot of different pressures with this defensive position. There we go. Big Stim. He's going to dive forward here. Army's starting to take some hits, though. He really needs to get some medevacs in here. If he overstims, then all of a sudden Strelok could maybe turn this into a tug of war kind of in his favor, because the Marines are just going to die after a couple shots, and that's all Strelok's getting off.
I feel like he would have to overstim and then shoot himself with his own tanks.
Yeah, a little bit. Well, hey, with friendly fire.
It's possible, yeah.
No, not so much in Marine versus Marine because they keep their distance.
Yeah, they can't go on them.
Yeah, so you're not going to get as much friendly fire. But here we go. Spud's finally crawling across, doing the slow tank crawl, which, again, just all these little things come together for a very strong mid to late game out of Spud. Being able to do these little things like the tank crawl, he's going to be able to take a lot better engagements as he pushes across the map here, typically. But yeah, this should be just a nice Nice little win here for our blue Terran player.
Yeah, pretty clean little defendant snowball. The average, like these look like some of Mass's Marines. The average hit points on them, about 3.
Oh, okay, I did just get a note. So Strelok did get updated once after week 1. But that was it. So just nothing for today was updated.
I like Spud is actually, side note, but checking other bases. So it may be like confused at what it's seeing, and then is looking for other things. So it's checked those northern bases.
Or it might be too, if he were to see something up there, it will prioritize basically an outside-in kill. You know, you want to clean up all the outlier and then push into the main instead of going into the main and then trying to chase everything down. Yeah, so I like it. So,
it's good to do. Good to be thorough. And well, we'll clean this up, and I don't know, that turret might save them.
Yeah, no. If the turret was filled with like 3 nuclear devices, maybe.
It's possible.
It's possible, but no. Right. As it is, good job, Spud. Takes
okay, well, going for the BM strap, but it did burn down in the air. So I'm happy.
Awesome.
Yeah.
All right, nicely played there. All right, so Strelok needs to tighten up a little bit. Needs to stop just trickling the Marines to death. We haven't seen something like that in a while. Usually the bots are a little bit better at keeping their units together. So
yeah, do you know the bot that originally did that back in their like very first season was MicroMachine?
Really?
All it did was make Marines and just stream them across the map. That was how it started.
Hey, it's got to start somewhere. Hey, and it's a very good start. I mean, that's all my bot's going to do when I start making it. Take some zealots, send them across the map. You know, learn the basics, and then add on, and that's where you start, adding more and more stuff.
I mean, we've seen that work. We literally, for one, I think it was our DimitriBot, second season, did nothing but probe rush during the bracket, and then did a zealot rush in the final and won.
And just won. That's great. All right. Well, we've got about 30 seconds. We'll have game number 2 loaded up here, ladies and gentlemen. And we'll see who moves on in this TVT. I love TVT. TVT has always been one of my favorite matchups, especially with bots going at it. You can see a lot of really cool things. Terran has always just been, at least in my opinion, one of the more micro-intensive races. There's just so many different, compositions you can have, so many different things that you can try to accomplish with all the different units. But we'll see how this turns out. We are going to be hopping into game number 2 here in just a second. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you for joining us on ESChamp in our day 5 of our lower bracket. Let's go ahead and dive into it right now.
Armageddon's Strelok. Spud.
Cracks me up every time.
Yeah, it somehow comes across as insulting.
It wasn't my intent.
Yeah.
Both these bots are programmed in Python. It's one of the more common languages. That's what I'm using to do mine. Any new bot makers, if you're looking to start out, Python's usually a good way to go. Obviously, if you know something else, feel free to program in that. There's just a lot more resources available for Python. So
for sure,
from what I've seen.
And who knows something else and doesn't know Python?
Right.
These days.
Well, I'm remedying that actually. I know a little bit of C#, but I'm kind of learning a few all at the same time. It's tricky.
Yeah. Oh yeah, definitely. If you're trying to learn more than one at once. I'll just stick with my basic.
You know what StarCraft needs?
What's
a VR game.
That would be awesome.
Like just a VR Zergling shooter, like
Oh yeah, that would be good. I would even just accept the VR observer mode. Like,
oh, that would be cool. Yeah, like
the
watch
Dota
from
one.
above. Yeah.
Like the Dota one's awesome. Like you can watch from
Oh, you
above
can do
the
that in
map.
Dota?
Yeah, Dota has a viewer, and you can join like live, like tournament games and stuff. Like live games are on there,
Oh,
and
that's
you
sick.
just join the lobby. You can see other people that are in that lobby, like on the map, and you can either watch from the normal distance and like see it normally, or you can basically shrink down to the size of one of the characters and view it all first person. It's really
no
good.
freaking way. I'm
really,
gonna. I
really
don't even like watching it that much, but I'm gonna have to go check that out. That
Neither
sounds
do
pretty
I,
cool.
but I've done it for like the internationals and stuff, and there's a lot of people in there, so
Yeah.
it's kind of neat.
And you're just all hanging out watching the game.
Yeah.
That's so cool. Man, VR headsets are awesome.
I just upgraded to the Index.
Oh, nice. Which one is that? The wireless one?
It's not wireless. It's a lighter headset, but it's the one that tracks your fingers, so you can actually close your hand around an object or give someone the finger, whatever you want to do.
Uh-huh. That's awesome. Yeah, I'm looking and getting the new Vive, the wireless adapter or whatever.
Yeah.
I'm so sick of cords.
Yeah, I know.
They're
It's
so annoying.
It kills the movement a lot, especially for like fitness type games. Then you just get wrapped in your own cord very quickly.
There we go. Ketroc's got our first VR StarCraft game. VR SCV mining.
Sounds good.
You just mine minerals for 15 minutes.
Yeah.
Actually, could be a kind of a cool little scene because you imagine they're in a little mech suit with little levers and buttons and things like that, doing all this stuff. Maybe you could make a cool little SCV simulator or something in VR.
And the entire game could be mine, and then randomly at the 9-minute mark, you hear a widow mine behind you, and you have to just
try to
across
run.
it.
Yeah. Or building things. You could even do like some kind of building blueprint. There's a lot of building VR games and stuff.
Exactly.
I don't know. There's something there.
Mm-hmm.
Something there.
Worth looking into.
All right. Well, if anybody knows how to make VR games and wants to team up with us, let me know.
It could probably just be a mod for No Man's Sky.
Yeah.
Because that's in VR now.
Pretty much all you do. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, is that in VR now?
Yeah, you can play it in VR. It's
nice. I played a lot of it when it first came out. I thought it was okay, but it really did just kind of fall off.
Yeah.
A little too much. Anyway, we've got a game here. We've got a nice little opener and a BC opener out of Strelok this time around. So no Marine Trickle this time.
No.
He is going straight for Yamato.
This is the extreme opposite strategy.
Oh, yeah. Well, it's good.
Yeah.
The last one didn't work, so.
Yeah, why not do the exact opposite?
The exact most opposite possible.
Yeah. Now, if Yamato's one of the Marines, I'm going to be disappointed.
I'm not. That'll be great.
But it might. Yeah.
That's a very few in particular moment.
Yeah.
The poor Marine who deserves the Yamato to the face.
It could be. I mean, this could be good. Like we've seen a lot of success with air units that can get away. Mm-hmm. And particularly with the teleport.
Yeah.
If one of the big strategies to winning in bot games is just don't let something die. And the other bots are not good at like pursuing something or really target firing it down. So if you just kind of build a battle cruiser and keep it alive and keep it alive and keep it alive and repair, it could work out really well. And these Hellions underneath it are going to make the Marines want to keep their distance.
Yeah, I was going to say, this is a really nice combo, the battle cruiser with the Hellion. Hopefully they group up before they attack in here. But yeah, just the Hellions themselves are going to do a lot against the Marines. Yeah, this is a very big change and a very nice change out of Strelok. Ooh, he is going to engage a little bit early, though. Yeah, a little too close.
Yeah.
Ooh, unfortunately. Here comes the BC, though. He did soften up some of the Marines, so maybe the BC is going to be able to finish off. Oh, what just happened?
Oh, my goodness.
This is not what you want to see, right?
The battle cruiser teleported out of the game entirely.
Yeah. You see it like flying over your head.
Yeah.
Okay. Battle cruiser a little indecisive. I wonder if he's waiting for the Hellions. He's like, all right, bros, let's go.
All right. Oh, those are you. Okay. All right.
All right, so Drexom is fired.
Yeah, exactly. Keep track at home. Drexom and ruining esports.
Ooh, Hellions getting stuck in the choke. There we go. That does inspire the battle cruiser to start engaging. And this is actually a decent spot.
Really good spot.
The battlecruiser's going to get, just so it minimizes the amount of Marine damage incoming. Here we go. Yeah, he really needs to get these Marines alone, and that's where he can start to pick them off.
Yeah, that initial engagement could prove to be quite decisive to make sure that they can't cluster on top of it. Second battlecruiser is coming in now. A turret, though, will help out. There's actually several turrets going down.
That's good. Yeah, I was going to say the Marines alone aren't going to cut it. He is going to need a little bit more DPS, especially as more and more battlecruisers show up. Oh, I guess one of them... Oh, he's just taking the long way home. He's just sailing home here. But this is the fresh battlecruiser, at least, is going to be able to start engaging the Marines. Get out of there.
Yeah, okay, there comes the teleport. I was getting worried for a second. And but that is the plan.
So
one thing I've commented on like a ton of times is that ground units, particularly, well, obviously range ones, have such a hard time dealing with air units because they insist on attacking at max distance. So they just never get in there. Like, and whereas a human player, if you see the battlecruiser out like that, you stem and jump underneath it.
Get as much damage at once,
Exactly, but because of their tendency to attack at max distance, it's so easy for them to pull back and not be overwhelmed.
That's a good point.
Get away. Yeah.
Okay, well, and he does a good job, like you said, just keep those units alive, and we've got 2 healthy battlecruisers coming back in for a little bit more action. Blue Flame on the way for the Hellions. Yeah, what I was saying earlier, the Hellions need a little bit of control. They're just kind of going in and dying. Man, imagine 10 or 15 Hellions that have just sat at home and kind of grouped up, maybe patrolled around the map a little bit, but, you know, stayed alive to push with these battlecruisers. I think it just crushes through what Spud has.
Oh, yeah, it would be a big, big help.
Ooh, nice Matrix.
Yeah.
Oh, that's big. Oh, okay, he does teleport out of there with the other one. At least the Matrix caused it to pull back, so that was really smart out of Strelok to get that out of the harm's way there.
Yeah, exactly. Definitely saving a lot of damage. And this is moving, the fact that they're actually moving across onto the other side of the map means that you can only, like, the battlecruisers are best when they're on the offensive like this. So if, and of course Spud coming back now, the battlecruiser does come through, but if they can get over there, then ultimately you can't teleport away anymore.
That's kind of big. I thought it was going to be a base trade scenario a little bit, and I kind of got a favor Spud for the base trade. Boom. Run, battlecruiser, run. Okay, the Matrix is going to stop, so he's going to be able to teleport. Oh, no, he's not going to be able to teleport. Another nice Matrix. Just in time. Wow, that is huge. One of the 2 battlecruisers goes down. There's only one left, and now it is also going to get just shot down by so many Marines. Its teleport is still on cooldown. And with that, I think Strelok has crumpled. The score is 1-0, by the way. I'm sure we'll get that updated right now.
Yeah.
But Spud just needs to push across and win here, and he has moved on to the next round. There it is. No!
Okay.
What have I done? I shouldn't have said anything. This is my fault.
Oh, wow. There we go. But so something prompted him to switch to a production of a few Vikings as well. If he had gotten up to like 4 battlecruisers, then maybe it can actually fight that many Marines, and it wouldn't all be locked down. But but switching into the Vikings really didn't help in any way. I'm sure it was to deal with the Raven, but not really assisting.
Or maybe it was just in anticipation of Vikings or anti-air coming out from the other player. Because if you build battlecruisers, a lot of other bots, like Ketroc, would be like, crap, Viking, make it just a ton of Vikings.
Yeah.
So maybe it's just to kind of counter that a little bit. We are getting this game loaded back up. We do believe Spud is pretty much moving in for the killing blow here, but we do want to watch it and
does
finish
look
this
like
game
it.
off here.
Does look like it. Yeah.
We're stalling. We're stalling, everybody.
Yeah,
we're doing a great job of it.
It doesn't work if you tell them. They would never know that that's what we were doing.
Yes.
Yeah.
We just had to cut back to us to talk about the game real fast before we finish it off.
Of course.
Very important analysis to discuss. Yeah. Here we go.
All right. Oh, we're gonna get to watch this one die again.
That's fine. Yeah, we can watch that a little bit more. That's okay.
Okay.
Yeah. Oh, actually, this is a good spot to watch. Yeah. Had it taken just a few more hits before that Matrix, it would have teleported out of there. But as it was, just the perfect timing to catch that.
Yeah.
And then this guy's still on cooldown. But yeah, no, solid build. I really like the idea out of Strelok. Obviously, it can do really well, but that first battlecruiser sat around for a little bit too long. It lost those first Hellions, and I think that's why it kind of sat there and waited, because it wanted some Hellion support or something. But as it was, just not enough to deal with the amount of Marines. The interference matrix has really played a big part in this too, which if you see somebody going early battlecruiser, just get some Ravens. This is what this is how you counter it. This is a good counter to it.
So nice attack. Just breaking through everything. There's just nothing at all left here. These Hellions actually can't even come home because they're being repaired. It's the repair barricade.
That's hilarious. All right, so this should pretty much do it, ladies and gentlemen. Spud will be moving in here to finish off Strelok. But a nice run out of our Red Terran here. Always good. Hopefully we'll see some updates for future seasons out of him.
Yeah,
definitely a lot of potential here.
Yeah, definitely a lot. Just need to iron out the kinks on some of that stuff. And
Oh, I don't think we saw Yamato get used at all either, did we?
No, I mean it never attacked anything larger than a Marine.
Oh, I mean, it could have used it on a Marine.
It could have done it on a tank. It could have done it on the Raven, actually.
That would have been the best thing to do it on. Hit that Raven so it can't Matrix you. Because had he gotten a Yamato off on that Raven after the first Matrix or something, could have gotten out of there alive.
I like that word, the repair cave.
The repair cave?
The repair cage instead of the repair
Repair-cade. Oh, I see. Oh, there it is. Oh, nice. Repair-cade. All right. GG. That is our best of 3 there. We do have one more best of 3 coming up before we wrap things up tonight. One more bot to move on into the next little round here. Let's go ahead and take a look at our bracket. At our next match coming up here, we have got a ZVT Jensiiibot versus Kagamine. Kagamine, one of the oldest bots, right? One of the longest returning.
Definitely. Was originally, it's the second iteration. The first one was just called HJax AI, I think. But then, was the iteration. It was, I think, the first one that was coded in Java.
Okay.
Or something, but
yeah, it's in Java. Ketroc is also done in Java. So good job, Spud, taking the win there. Whoever wins this next best of 3 will be going up against Spud in our next week's games. So again, be sure to tune in next week, same time, same place here on ESChamp. But we do have one more best of 3 before we wrap it up tonight. Again, we'll get to that in just a minute. We are going to do one more little shout out here for the Crown Club. Maybe can we do a Crown Club shout out since we did 3 of the same last week? Maybe we can make up this week with some Crown Club members.
We just really like that guy.
Yeah, that's true. We do. We like Raph. But yeah, run it. Elad, thank you very much for your support. Again, if you want to become a Crown Club member and make sure these bots never go hungry, check out the link in the description below. You get some really cool perks. You get access to a members-only Discord. You can even get some artwork, maybe. We might be sending out a really cool little poster. We got that. Did you see, I'm assuming, the new artwork we just had done for the ProBots Season 2? With the cord going into the Marine and the Zealot and the Zergling. It's really cool.
It's definitely really cool. Yeah,
I definitely want that as a poster.
Yeah.
Gonna hang that. All right, let's go ahead and hop into our final best of 3 here tonight, here on Season 2 in our lower bracket to see who will be moving on.
Jensiiibot. Jax's Kagamine.
Oh, did he chat? Did we see the fixed updated chat? There it is. Good luck, have fun.
Yay.
You said it
Very
right. Things
important.
are gonna go well for Jensiiibot here. I can feel it.
Yeah, you can tell. You can tell.
Jensiiibot received. We talked
There
a
you
little
go.
bit about it, but let's go over them again. Jensiiibot got a lot of updates. That being the first, the GLHF.
Mm-hmm.
But what else we got? We've got fixed unit composition bug in TVP, so we're not going to see anything with that here. Something with Marine Viking. But here we go. Fixed a bug in TVZ in its unit composition where the bot just wasn't building enough tanks. So we might see a very heavy tank Marine style, which I think could do very, very well against Kagamine, just because we see a lot of Zerglings out of Kagamine.
Yes, you often can. But yeah, and I know Kagamine has really good wraparound logic too, so where it can kind of swarm something and actually goes for a surround as opposed to like single file running in. So yeah, those two could play well against each other.
Well, I'm really excited to see Jensiibot's micro. It's always had very good play and really solid micro just in general. But according to the updates, there's going to be a lot better synergy between the Marines and the tanks, between the bio and the tanks. So now they should fight together a little bit more efficiently, which is how they're intended to do, you know.
That is good.
They're meant to work together.
Of course. Stronger together.
Yeah.
Always.
Always. Usually. Okay. All right, so second base, Kagamine, no slouch on the macro there. Always really good with the macro. But yeah, no. When's the last time Kagamine got updated? Like 2 years ago? It's been a while.
It feels like it's been a while.
It's incredible how it's still so strong, even after not receiving updates for so long.
Yeah, it was one of the strongest or best made to begin with. One of the more adaptable ones in general. Yeah.
Oh, we're getting some questions. Yeah, there's a template, again, for aspiring bot makers. We've got a template in the description below the video here where you can basically download it and start building your own bot. Gives you a nice little leg up, essentially. Gives you a little start, which is always nice, especially if you're just starting out learning like me. I could never do this from scratch. Having a template and something like that is so helpful.
Yeah, there's too many basic stuff that if you tried to do from scratch, you would just be trial and erroring for the first like 80 hours.
Yeah, well, and you could do it. It would just, why spend that much time learning when you can learn quicker?
Yeah, exactly. If you try to learn another language, you don't just say words until
you get it.
Until one of the matches. Yeah,
that's a really good analogy, actually. That's awesome. All right, so here we go. Third base out of Kagamine. And just the two now for Jensi. So yeah, we're going to get into a little bit later game scenario here. Nothing too crazy going on. Just a little Reaper harass, little things like that. Now I'm curious to see how much healing will be. Jensiiibot gets medevacs, right? Oh.
I think so.
Oh, we're good.
It's just the build tension on that mule.
Something's breaking. There we
go. Yeah, okay. A little smoother now. Reaper in a decent position there to harass. Will he get a drone kill?
He gives up.
Just doesn't want to.
Yeah, you better get out of there. It's like, don't turn back around and die after all that.
Yeah, the Hellions coming in could end up wreaking some damage if they... Okay.
They don't like queens. Yeah, what is that queen doing there? It was such a random spot for the queen, but it worked out perfectly. Kind of caught up the Hellions there. He actually should be able to get a kill on this queen. Yeah, he's definitely going to get a kill on this one. Yeah, pardon our lag a little bit here, everybody.
Yeah.
Hopefully nothing crashes. Mwah, 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 mwah.
Jack is typing something.
All right, hang tight, everybody. We're experiencing some technical issues. There we go. Okay, now you can. Yeah, somebody muted me. It said the host muted me. I thought that was on Discord. It muted me, but I guess it. Oh, and it muted Endersword too. Endersword, you're muted. You got to unmute yourself. We're being sabotaged. Kagamine is hacking into the network again.
Oh yeah. Okay, I got it. Got it.
What is going on?
I got it.
Yeah, I thought it was just on Discord, but yes, it said.
Yeah, I wasn't sure if I was disconnected. You were disconnected. We were both muted.
We both got just shut down.
It's like it's good that we're diversifying different ways to break the audio.
Yeah, we're really testing the limits.
Yeah, you don't want to stick to just one way. You want it to break a couple different ways.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, well, I have no idea what even got muted here, but either way, we've got a lot of Marines coming across. Jensiiibot with a big push here. That is a lot of Hydras, but the tanks are going to be able to shell away very effectively from this higher ground position as the Hydras continue to try to push up the ramp. They are getting a decent little concave. I don't know what the Marines are doing now.
Marines are being really weird there. It's kind of like they wanted to back up, but they're blocked by their own tanks or something. But
they're trying to attack. I think this is the synergy in the update that he's talking about. I think they're trying to attack from a certain range where the tank fire is really maximized, but then they can still hold the line and protect the tanks and still kind of, push forward a little bit. Right. It is working out really well, though.
Definitely. Yeah, this is kind of just steamrolling. Like, the Hydras without the lane cover in front of them just melt too quickly.
All right, looking good. There's a scan as well. Jensiiibot knows how to find those burrowed units and gun them down, and he is going to clean out this entire base. Every single drone goes down, and it is looking good for our Terran player. 133 army supply to 32. Upgrades are looking solid as well. 3-3 already halfway done, actually.
Yeah.
Jensiibot's no slouch either when it comes to those upgrades. Solid attack here from our Terran player.
Yeah, we'll just push through. One huge factor to Jensiiibot too, and not enough of the bots do this, is it's able to have its army work in actual cooperation, but then it's also able to have the army split into independent groups. So the Hellions were doing their own thing. This army that was a mass of Marines has split into two functional groups. And very often they're incapable of doing that. And once they get pulled off, they insist on either clumping up or they just get spread out everywhere. But this is actually a perfectly cohesive attack.
Oh, yeah. And this is why my prediction, I seriously think Jensiiibot is going to make it out of this lower bracket. I believe in him. Yeah. We'll see if it happens. GG. Jensiiibot's going to take game number 1. Even if he makes it through this series, it is definitely going to be a hard road, whether he has to go up against MicroMachine, Ketroc, there's some very strong contenders in this lower bracket still.
Yeah, a lot of toughness there, and it's such a conventional sort of style. Like we often see the ones that are winning are doing kind of gimmicky. Yeah, they're doing Tempest, they're doing Mass Viking Banshee, they're doing fairly abnormal stuff. If you didn't tell someone that these were bots, someone could easily mistake Jensiiibot for just a human player.
Yeah, it is.
It seems like a pretty normal way to do it.
Yeah, and it doesn't do anything too crazy with its micro either. It's just pulls back the Marines, protects the tanks, slowly pushes forward. Yeah, it's really good at keeping, like you said, keeping those two little clumps together is so important. Being able to attack on multiple fronts without being like, oh, okay, they're attacking over there. We got to get our butts over there and attack with them now. Yeah, while leaving a really good target or something. I
kind of wonder if it's part of the code, and we could ask Jensi at some point. But the way that it seems to split up as well is as if a group is attached to a medevac, and then it splits in medevac groups. Because I noticed when it got cut in half there, 8 stayed over here and 16 went that way. It was a very proportionate split, and it was one medevac stayed and 2 went. And given that it's often coming in with drops, which it drops outside the attacking zone and then walks in, I wonder if there's somehow a link between those. Because I've always thought a perfect Terran AI would just make 16 medevacs, load them all full of Marines, and then independently control them on the map. Yeah. And they would be almost unbeatable.
For sure.
And this kind of seems, whether it's intentional or not, it's essentially simulating that sort of play.
Yeah, well, and it just kind of plays into the cohesion that Jensiiibot has. Kind of like that update with the tanks and the Marines. They're supposed to be working a little bit better together. His unit synergy is just solid.
Yeah, it's really good.
It's really, really good. All right, we've got game number 2 coming up here in just a second, ladies and gentlemen. We might be in our final match here tonight in Season 2 lower bracket to decide who's moving on. Let's go right now.
Jensiiibot. Jax's Kagamine.
Yeah, I wouldn't put it past the AI Atticus. One of the versions of the DeepMind one apparently would spam multiple screens to lag out the computer in order to prolong its life. So it is possible that it was evading defeat by sabotaging our equipment.
Man, by the time we realize that the bots are taking over, it's already going to be too late.
Oh yeah,
we're not going to know.
No, they're going to know how to hide it.
Oh yeah, for sure. Yeah, shout out there. We saw in the little text there to Elad, one of our Crown Club members, create some tools for these bots to use.
Yeah, map analyzer, which is definitely important.
Got to know what you're playing on here.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, it's all about where you put your buildings, how you hold a ramp, that kind of thing. All right, so already the wall coming up for Jensiiibot. Drone gets in for a little bit of a scout. To second base. Yep, very standard play. Nothing too crazy out of either of these. I don't think either of these bots cheeses either. There's only, I'd say about half the bots cheese.
Yeah.
It's a good 50-50.
Yeah, about that. It's always that tug of war of defending cheese versus playing not necessarily standard, but playing macro-y.
Mm-hmm. All right, so yeah, we're going to probably see, I would imagine, the same build out of probably both these bots. We're going to see the Reapers coming across. We're going to see Hellions. We're going to see tanks and Marines. That's when I play Terran, that's my favorite thing to do is just the tank Marine combo. It's just so much fun. It just feels very classic to me. Thank you for sticking with us through the Teflon. That was a nice little pop out there.
Lovely.
We love you guys. You're an awesome audience, and we appreciate y'all being here watching these games with us.
Reaper getting in here. Again, it kind of did the same thing last time where it went after some drones and left a few barely alive. Yeah, like that.
It's just one shot away,
Yeah. Lings will come out and push it back a little bit.
Well, I mean, that's a lot of Kagamine doing that, able to pull the drones back with good timing. Obviously, if the Reaper dived, it would get it, but then the Reaper might die as well. Yeah. But so yeah, it's just solid. Kagamine has always got solid micro, really good engagements. All right, 3 bases on the way for our Zerg. It loves to get that 3 base economy rolling, and then starts cranking out units to deal with whatever's coming across. So I'm trying to figure out what exactly went wrong last time. Did Kagamine just lose too much before that big push came across?
Yeah, I get the feeling that the Hellions were too successful and they cleared out so many Lings that didn't really get rebuilt. So then when the Hydras ended up fighting the Marines, there was just nothing in front of the Hydras. Like you can't go with just bare Hydras. They have to have Roaches or Lings or something in front of them.
Yeah, with all those tanks, for sure. Yeah. So I guess, that was probably the big main moment that it just kind of went out of control. Because, I guess if he had something to support the Hydras and the Hydras stay alive, he's still got a lot of damage output to deal with the Marines, the medvacs, that kind of thing.
Yeah, exactly. They're the epitome of like the glass cannon.
Yeah.
In the game, they just have such good DPS, but they just melt to anything. And then plus, by the time the Marines came in for the first engagement against the Hydras, they were already 1-1. and that certainly cannot be underestimated too, especially with the extra healing.
All right, here we go. The 4 Hellion Harass with the Liberator building behind this. So we're going to see maybe some drones barbecue. And then after that, maybe the Liberator. This map is a little bit harder, I think, for the Liberator to get to the mineral line. Just because a little less airspace, but it's still doable. If Kagamine doesn't notice or something, maybe you can get into a really sweet spot.
Yeah, and it barely lived last time. It was about maybe 2 or 3 hits away from death when it got established. So it could easily go down instead of getting like, I don't know how many kills it got, but like at least 10.
It got a good amount, yeah. For sure. All right, so that will be making its way across, and we've got Stim as well on the way. So things gearing up for another big Terran push. Drones get pulled. They actually mitigate the damage very well. Only 1 drone, I think, went down there.
Yeah.
Nicely held.
This is pretty good.
Yeah.
So far compared to the first game.
Oh, and you can see that link. Yeah, they're going for the links around that awesome Kagamine links around micro. He's really trying to get past it. The Hellion's just a little bit too quick this time.
So, okay, yeah, here, as you mentioned, the Liberator having a hard time to get in without facing damage. And, okay, different position.
If you can kill the Queen.
Yeah, it's something.
Okay, so it gets a Queen.
But yeah, definitely much different. Like that is at least a 10 drone swing.
Oh, for sure. That could change the whole outcome of the game here, and we might get a game 3. I would love that. We've only had, I think, 2 game 3s so far. Maybe 3 in this whole season. Oh, here we go.
So
Ling's going for the
there's
surround.
a surround. So good. And this is much more decisive.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. So this could easily go a completely different direction based on this so far. Also, because of a lack of early queens dying, we saw a couple die in the last game off creep. That didn't happen this time. So this creep spread is already way farther than it was. And that, again, big difference.
Yeah, nice runs again. Good stutter stepping. Oh, actually, 1 Marine lives. Kagamine shows mercy.
He wanted him to tell the others.
Send a message to your leaders. All humans will die. But no, it's not over yet. Jensiiibot does have 3 bases established here. So once these tanks can get up and established, he's going to do a lot better job of holding off this next wave that should be coming across. But we've got Hydras coming out. We've got the range upgrade on the way. Armor. I think the range is finished. Range is part of movement speed now too, right? It's all 1 upgrade.
Yeah, for the Hydra. Yeah, I think so.
Every now and then I forget and forget. I think it's 2. Yeah, it's been changed.
It's been changed so many times. Yeah,
I keep forgetting which one it's at now. But yeah, it's all 1 upgrade now. So yeah, he's got range there. There we go. +1, and it looks so similar to the +1 attack too. I'm like, wait, which one? But yeah, he is getting all those upgrades for the Hydras, so things are looking good there. Combat shield +1 for the bio coming up. Yeah, things are just going to kind of stabilize a little bit here. Kagamine is going to try to take a big economy lead here with the 5th base down in that bottom left corner, and that's going to go unscouted for a long time, I think.
Yeah, I definitely think so. There's no reason to swing down there anytime soon, although these drop ships in that direction, but I don't think they'll go all the way to that corner.
Yeah, no, we've been seeing the Lings having a lot of trouble deciding to stay burrowed, so something keeps telling it to pop up here. Yeah, they're all doing that. A little bug in the system, I think. All right, here we go. Marines going to push towards the 4th base, it looks like. Yeah, so they will not see oh, no, he does see the bottom left. Something red just went down there.
Yeah, you're right.
Is that a Marine?
I think so, yeah.
Oh, yeah, the 1 Marine. I think he's scouting with that Marine. That Marine's kind of on his own mission right now. And he's going to be able to go down here and maybe deny this base. Oh, no, he's going to have to lift up too many Lings.
Oh, that's really good Ling burrowing. The individual Lings burrowing with like 1 hit point left.
Oh, that's so good. Yeah, because then it gives them a little time to regen and use them in a later fight. Even Zergling lives can they can add up towards the end. If you lose Zerglings, Zergling lives matter too. If you keep losing Zerglings all games, what good are they later? Why not have 100 Lings later that you kept alive because you did a little burrow micro? Maybe not that many, but.
Yeah, there's is it weird? See, we're telling you it's self-aware. It's programming in its own bugs so that you'll pay attention to it.
It wants you to notice it. Notice me, senpai.
Yeah, exactly. Coded it that way. So again, this is night and day different here because of that early game But now the Ling's kind of coming in, and again, if he loses that cover for the Hydras later on, that could hurt. But he does pull back, so at least it wasn't persisting. But I'm a little worried if these go up.
With even army supply and Zerg attacking up a ramp with no creep under it, I do not like this for Kagamine.
Don't do it. All right,
don't do it. Okay, let's pull back.
At least it pulled back, but it can't. It obviously cannot do that.
Okay, he's gonna try again here, round 2. Looks like it's damage. Oh no, I think it's the siege tanks damaging the rocks. The splash, the splash is doing it. That's so many Marines, and yeah, look how well they stay with the tanks instead of pushing forward onto creep to potentially get surrounded by Lings or something like that. But a Spire on the way. That's an interesting choice. Maybe to deal with the tanks. Maybe to get Brood Lords. That would be good.
That would be definitely pretty good. There's a lot of ways to get out of this, but I think he's just gotta not attack. Like as long as he doesn't push into this and goes into a later.
Well, actually, right now might be the time while the tanks are on siege, but he's lost so much already.
Yeah, he can't even fight the Marines at this point. I don't think there's enough. Nope. Like again, you cannot even supply Marines against the Hydras when he's upgraded like this as well. They're not going.
Mm-hmm. Okay, here we go. The push on to creep is happening. There might just be too many Marines. Once you get to this critical mass of Marines, unless there are Banelings or something, Fungals, just anything to deal with this mass of just bio carnage. God, just look at them bulldoze through here. Zerglings die almost instantly. Nice splits. Yeah, look at those. If we were to see Banelings, those would be... Oh, man, that is just beautiful to see.
I love that.
Like raindrops or something. Okay, here we go. Nice choke for Jensiiibot.
Yeah, retreating back into the tanks there was important because he was starting to overstim a little bit and lose out.
Okay, I like how the Hydra's doing the burrow thing too, but... Yeah. It might just be a little too much.
If they unburrow on top of these tanks at some point, that could be.
Oh, the scan gets them though.
Yeah, they did hit themselves a lot, but not enough to kill the tanks off.
Yeah, man, and imagine if there had been Banelings with this burrow and stuff.
Yeah,
I would love to see. That's one thing I don't think we've seen out of a bot is Baneling landmines yet.
Yeah, that's I mentioned that before too. It seems like you could put them everywhere, and you would never lose sight of when something was stepping over them.
Oh yeah, you just literally fill the map with burrowed Banes.
Yeah, and like you would always know. There you go. Code your bot to do that.
There's your next update.
Yeah.
For Kagamine there. Add some Bane mines.
Yeah, down to only 20 army supply here. Definitely had what it was taken, but just the Hydra's deciding to attack and choke after choke, unfortunately.
Yeah.
And then made this economy just never get to the point it wanted to. It was going up to a greater, well, it has a greater spire.
Yeah.
But obviously was intending to go into Broodlord or something.
Yeah. Maybe Viper just for Blinding Cloud would be cool. I don't think it was doing that, but
yeah, I saw at least 1 or 2 corruptors, so it was doing something with that. But yeah, there we go.
GG.
So yeah, Jensi being quite impressive again, fighting in a very human-like way, except for the insane splits.
Yeah, I think Jensi just has some of the most solid micro, and yeah, like you said, with the Hydras pushing up, definitely didn't help. But just the cohesion between the tanks and the Marines was so good both games. It's just going to be hard to break that, even with really, really good engagement as Zerg. So well done, Jensiiibot. You are moving on to the next round to face. I closed my bracket. You're going to face whoever just
Spud.
Spud just won. That's right. So good job to all of our bots that have moved on. Again, next week, same time, same place, we are going to be doing both the upper and lower bracket semifinals. So be sure you tune back in to check that out. Let's go ahead and do one more crown. Oh, let's check out our bracket first, and then we'll do a Crown Club shout out. So here's our lower bracket from our results tonight. So Ketroc versus MicroMachine. That is going to be a hell of a game. Yeah, I am very excited for that one. And then Spud versus Jensiiibot. That should also be a very good game.
Yeah.
I think these games
I think they will be
better.
And if someone out there joined the stream late, go back and watch the first game between MicroMachine and WorthlessBot. It's definitely worth a look.
Yeah, it was surprising how that turned out, actually. All right, and then here's our upper bracket. We've got Tier versus Spiny, so that should be our first match next week that we take a look at. Honestly, I think that's the one I'm most excited for.
Yeah.
Because we saw some incredible play from Spiny. Tier is always one of the top contenders. So yeah, that is just going to be an explosive match. And then, I missed our last one there. I wasn't looking.
Hyrister versus Mad AI.
There you go. Yeah. That is also going to be a really good one. TVT, I believe, right?
I think so.
Yeah,
yes,
sounds right.
Yes. Yeah.
So a couple TVTs, TVP. Yeah, it's going to be an awesome week. So be sure again next week, 7:30 p.m. Eastern. Tune back in here. We've got 2 more weeks of normal play, and then we'll be doing our grand finals. So make sure you join or check out the forum to stay up to date with all of the information as it comes out in regards to that. And you can also become a Crown Club member. Big shout out to our Crown Club. Let's go ahead and run one of those shout outs right now. Thank you, Jensi, creator of Jensiibot.
Yeah, that was very appropriate.
Yes, very good.
I don't know if it was rigged or random.
No, it's random. That's what they tell me anyway.
Okay.
It's random. So,
yeah.
Fate when the stars align, it works.
So how it goes. So yeah, good one there.
Well, good stuff.
Maybe the AI hacked it.
Yeah, right.
Nothing's really random.
Nothing.
Yeah.
All right. Well, Ender Sword, it was awesome to cast with you yet again. We'll be seeing you again soon, I'm sure. And yeah, be sure to check out 2 of our finals. If you're interested in maybe playing against the bots, we're going to probably do a little bit of a human versus bot show match. That will, of course, take priority for our Crown Club members. They will get the first chance to play against these bots. But if you want to play against a bot on your own time, there are places you can download these bots to play against them on your own clients and kind of get a feel for what it's like. So definitely check that out. If you are an aspiring bot maker, there are a lot of resources available. Be sure to check out our template in the description below to start making your bot now to get ready for season 3. We are going to be doing one more season later this year. So it'd be awesome to see some more new bots kind of qualify for that. And definitely check out the AI Arena ladder. That is where you're going to qualify for ProBots in the end. So definitely check all that. Again, all the links for everything below the stream there. Yeah. Give it all. Make sure you hit the like button, hit the little bell icon so you get notified when we go live. And yeah, that's about it for us tonight here. Day 5, the lower bracket is almost done. Next week should finish it off, right?
Yep.
And then from there, we'll be moving on.
I guess you've got the final, like the losers final.
Oh, the losers final. And then that'll finish it. Okay, so either way, we got 2 more weeks. Hopefully, we'll see you all next week when we do it again here on ESChamp for ProBots Season 2 of 2020. We will see you then. Have a good night, everybody.